actually can't share. Alright, let's go there. Luminous and I can share. Turn up the sound. It should be working. Sorry, I'm a little not hearing my sounds. By chance, are you guys hearing? Not that. That's a little weird. Not sure. I'm going to just do a little refresh. It was all working a little while ago. But anyway, in the meantime, let us do a recap. So last session. A couple things happened. You guys had finished up with the castle answers. Oh, we're waiting on Derek. Apologies. Okay, we're going to give Derek time. I apologize. We're going to give Derek time to get here. That's what this first half hour is for.
No worries.
Yeah. Gives me a minute to figure out what's going on with my sound. Maybe I'll just do a reboot of the sound.
What feats did everyone take?
Forecaster.
Right. Nice.
Forecaster. Nice. Okay.
Benrig also took Forecaster.
It's a necessity.
Did the last session scare you guys a little bit?
Yeah, it was spooky.
Yeah, being trapped. Oh my god, there's an echo and I can't like function with the echo. What did we? Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries. Well, I'm gonna buck the trend. I actually took skilled.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very cool. Well, that's great. Which ones, what proficiencies did you pick up?
I picked up the rest of the charisma set, persuasion, intimidation, deception.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Very cool.
Skilled is amazing.
What about skilled? Sorry,
it's amazing. It's a great.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it is great. I took tough. It's not flashy, but it's good. It does the trick. And I actually don't have very good AC, so I think it'll help to have the extra hit points. Hey, Derek.
Hey, sup? Sorry for being late.
Fucking dare you.
Hey, I'm still earlier than Brandon.
And it's not coming, so.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, he's got a busy month.
Hopefully he'll be back. He'll be good again for July.
Did anyone yet use the joke? We named the dog Tally. What's his full name?
Oh yeah,
Talenta Jones.
Yeah, Talenta. We named the dog Talenta.
The cat is named Smokey.
Up, but,
yeah.
Just looking for a second here. Hey, Darwin. Oh, there you are. Never mind. You're there. Let's just get your character sheet prepped.
Yeah.
many tasks.
Also, for some reason, like Wise is like declining my thing, so I'll get it sent within like a day or two. But I don't know why it's freaking out.
That's weird. Huh.
Heads up, by the way, I will be out next week.
No, that's fine. It's all good. You're good, Mike.
I will be there for Saturday, though.
Can't miss Saturday. Things are getting crazy over there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Things are about to get crazy over here too, because you guys have officially entered the Dragon Nest. Like, no shit. So let's see how that goes. Welcome.
Oh yeah, I need to.
back. Yes,
Nothing
yes.
easy. Nothing. I'll handle.
Welcome back, everybody, to a wonderful day in Sharn. You guys finished up with the Castellanter's Villa, and it was promised that, you guys would work with them. You guys were like, yeah, we'll help save your children. Some of you were skeptical about working with them, about, how they had gotten themselves in that situation, and maybe it was a little conspicuous, but agreed nonetheless that the children needed to be helped, regardless of it. Made your way back, and pretty much said, let's go infiltrate that villa. That's what we're going to do with our day today. So you went over there. You went to the Growlhund Villa. Information you were given by Captain Zord of the Sea Maidens Fair. And you infiltrated within to the Great Anxiety. And you took out the lady of the house. You took out their bodyguard, non-lethally, important to note. And also recovered a strange stone. It's this, and again, there was a little retcon there. Well, it's not just an eye. It's not a stone eyeball. It's it's like an oval-shaped stone that fits into your hand. It's got like a green tint to it, and it has 3 round slots, one on top of the other, laid into the side. Very unusual stone. But you took it, and you all departed the villa with great haste. Benrig and Darwin were pursued by one of the watchers of all of your infiltration. It seems that quite a few people infiltrated your villa, or watched you infiltrate the villa. There was an invisible person, a sort of chameleon person. There were these like sort of monstrous-looking individuals, orcs and shifters watching you from the house across the street. There was these little reptile creatures that were talking to halflings. It was a lot going on. But in the end, you made a daring getaway. Again, Darwin and Benrig were pursued by these like orcs with their shifters, and to escape, Benrig did the only thing he could, which was to throw one of these little bombs, these little red pearls, and it exploded, creating an explosion in the upper district now, which is going to be big news probably. You all managed to get away in your own time. You also abducted Lady Growlhund from her home as well. It was received fairly well by the Sentinel Marshals, as you told them everything. You gained reputation with them, you carried out jobs admirably. And with that renown, they arrested the Lady Yala Growlhund, and said that basically things have gotten crazy in the city. They're not worrying about small-time jobs. The Sentinel Marshals are focused, and thus they have no purpose for deputies anymore, which is unfortunate. But they did think that it would be fitting to recommend you to the Esoteric Order of Oron, because of multiple reasons. One, the Sentinel Marshals work closely with them. 2, they're close to this investigation. In fact, one of their own members are the lead investigator of the bombing that happened a little ways away from you. So personally relevant to you guys. And also stand for similar things that the Sentinel Marshals did. Good for the good of all, using magic for the sake of the good of the people of Sharn. I believe my previous Sentinel Marshal members agreed to join, which was basically just Selena and Benrig, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the only 2 people who confessed that they would be they are good people. Everyone else insisted that they're bad people. Darwin, you would have been made the same offer. Would you have cared to have joined the Esoteric Order of Auron and said that you were like a good person, or that you intend to try to be a good person? Did you care about the law, about Sharn?
I think I would have. They were all about like magic and like responsibly using magic, correct?
Yes, the responsible and lawful use of magic. Yes.
Yeah, I'll join them.
All right, cool, fantastic. So we'll get to that in due time because you guys are going to have some house visitors this morning. But there is other stuff. The next morning you woke up. Nero received a note from one Istrid Hole that told you that Starsong had been arrested, and she requested your presence to gain some information on what the fuck happened to Gralhan Villa. The rest of you, well, all the rest of you, would have seen in the Korenberg Chronicle and the Sharn Inquisitive, it's called The Bloodbath at Gralhan, seems to be the title of the articles, where largely there's an idea that the Boromar clan entered the premises yesterday and slaughtered everybody. For some reason. Nobody's really sure why, but a complete bloodbath, and it paints the Boromar clan in a horrible light, unlike usually where they were like, business people, right? No, they're like, they've been painted in a terrible light, and anyone with associations is largely being interrogated, if not arrested. So the city's cracking down on Boromar clan affiliations, it seems. And lastly, you have a house guest in the form of Mr. Blastwind. So we're going to go over to that. I've got some things to pull up here to properly do this. And I need that tab as well. Okay. Let's see. You see standing in your door, I will post their picture again, because they're very interesting looking fellows, I'll say. The Watson and Sherlock Holmes of Sharn, obviously. You are going to see City Watch Sergeant Safe Cromley and Watchful Order of the Magisters and Protectors Barinbus Blastwind standing in your doorway, and Barinbus goes, "Ha ha ha! Hello! Good to see you all. Yes, wonderful tidings. May I and my compatriot come in?"
Oh, by all means.
You'll meander on in. He'll say, "So, I have spoken with some compatriots of mine from the Sentinel Marshal's excellent band of paragons of law, if I may say so. And they told me of all of the good works that you have done for them, helping with the bookshop, so on and so forth, and your various... and we've met before, I believe, some of us, with that horrible bombing down happened a couple days ago. Terrible news. And I heard from them recommendations that some of you might be interested in joining the Esoteric Order of Auron. Is that true?"
I believe, yes, I would be quite interested. Lord Benrig de Kendark, nice to meet you.
A great pleasure to meet you, Lord Kendark. A great pleasure. Well, this is excellent news.
I know myself. I think some other members of the Platinum Watch would also be interested.
Oh, yes, let me get a look at all of you. Be interested in joining.
I step forward, or Darwin steps forward. I would be interested in joining.
Ah, well, you are most certainly welcome, so long as, of course, you would abide by the same tenets that I do, to use magic for the greater good. Does that sound like you, my friend Darwin?
Of course.
Excellent. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome. And who else? Who else do we have here?
Oh, I'd love to join up. I like fighting for good, and I also like magic.
Well, this is excellent news. You are most certainly welcome to join as well. I don't think I need to tell you about what we represent, it sounds like you're all well informed. So, without further ado, I would simply welcome you to our order. Henceforth, I shall name you Magisters. That shall be your title henceforth, as much as the Watchful Order of Magists. So I suppose we like Magisters. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that we are very excited to have you aboard. And if you are looking for a little bit of work, there is always things that the Order needs help with around the city. Always trouble, especially these days.
Oh, if we can be of service, we are keenly open to the opportunity.
Excellent, 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 excellent. Very happy. All right. He's got a job for you. He's going to tell it to you right now. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So, one of our members, I admit this is shining most nicest light on the Order, considering this is the first job, but we clean up after ourselves, and it not be said. One of our members, a member by the name of Matrum Merrick, has allied himself with a gang of doppelgangers known as the Tyrants. And we believe that we should recruit Matrum back to our side if we can. We need an unbiased opinion, such as yourselves, who track down and speak with these doppelgangers and gain their trustworthiness. Maybe some of these doppelganger gangsters could be brought to the light, brought to a better way of living here in Sharn, a lawful way. What do you think?
What if they're not able to see the light?
Well, that's a very nice hammer you have.
I'm glad we're understood.
As long as it's within the confines of the law, we understand that when altercations happen, but if they cannot be turned to more lawful pursuits, such as joining the Order, well, it's a shame, but that they're going to have to be put under arrest. So please, indeed, if they're not willing to join, they're going to have to be placed under arrest. If they resist, well, you're of course welcome to defend yourselves.
To be perfectly frank, I wouldn't necessarily place a lot of hope in a recalcitrant nature. In the last little while, we've encountered two changelings who are to the best of my understanding either lesser or scions of doppelgangers. And both of them have been very much anti the good of Sharn.
I see. Well, I do trust Matrum. He is a staunch ally of the Order, and he thinks that these doppelganger gangsters, there might be one or two of them amongst them that might be recruitable. But like I said, we at the Order can be a little optimistic at times, so it makes sense to have an unbiased opinion. So all we require of you is to go and track them down and just gauge their trustworthiness. And come back, report to me, tell me their trustworthiness. That is all we require. And the ones who are trustworthy, we might bring them into the fold. Those who are less trustworthy, well, we'll see what we can do. So simply gauge if you think that they are the right stuff to be a part of our order. That is all. This is a recruitment mission, not a law enforcement mission, if that makes sense.
We can certainly weigh in on their ethics and willingness to serve the greater good.
Indeed. Excellent. Well, with that, I have a great deal to do, but I'm very glad that you three have joined our order. Should you ever need, we do have a place. Hang on, let me just see something. Here we go. Now, I would like to tell you a little bit about our order and what it can do for you now that you have joined us. So, you come with high recommendations, which will transfer over. So, if you ever need us to make potions, scrolls available, we can do so for you at a reduced price. If you ever need information, please come to me, especially when it comes to this order or this investigation you find yourselves embroiled in. We might have little tidbits of information to aid you with. And last but not least, our members are spread far and wide across the city. If you find yourself overwhelmed, you might find a couple mages, maybe some bards off the street who might be willing to help. We have many members, many members indeed. So, you remember, with the Esoteric Order of Oran, you are never alone, friends.
Did you know anything about that stone we found?
Yes, a stone, most interesting. May I see it? I think I could learn more with a little magic spell. Well, let me ask before I proceed. Did you guys identify it? No? Okay.
No.
So he'll say, if you, whoever has it, I would be more than happy to perhaps learn a little bit more.
I have it, and I will pull it out of my bag and show it to him.
Why, thank you, young lady.
Just a continuity question. Is this like a brand new morning from yesterday's event?
There was the villa raid, and now it's a new day. After the villa
it's a new day, okay. So
long rest
since that one. Okay, cool.
All right. So he's gonna look at it. He's going to cast a. He's gonna make it like float between his hands. You see these like geometric shapes kind of whirl around it as he whispers under his breath. And after a minute, he's gonna say, "My, this is a most interesting item. This is known as the Stone of Galore. It's let's see, what can I tell you about it? It is an attunement item, but the attunement function of it is not working as of right now. There's more to be learned of this, but it's locked away within. It would require greater magics to understand, and it's incomplete. It's supposed to have 3 stones set into these grooves here. He points to the circular grooves. He says, it's incomplete, yes. In order to fully make it a functioning item, you're going to need the stones to set into the sockets here. I guess eye sockets, technically. Most interesting item. How confounding.
Do we have any idea where the eyes might be?
Where the eyes might be. Well, let me ask you. I got a report about what happened yesterday from the Sentinel Marshals, and I must say, fine work. Now, you all wished to question the lady, our lady prison, yes? So, I'll tell you what, why don't you come with me to the barracks nearby, and talk on the way, maybe learn a little bit more from our captain. How does that sound?
Delightful.
Excellent, excellent. Sky Coach is on me. And he will, take you up to the roof, and Dovo will be like, oh. And he will give him money, a bag of silvers to fly you sort of a little bit across Talbot's Landing here. He'll say, so, you were accosted, it seems. And it seems that there were many actions of interest that very day when you came upon this stone. Yes, there was, it sounded like I hear the halflings, and I know the halflings of the Boromar clan are often associated with the creatures of their homeland, dinosaurs, what they're called. And this chameleon individual, I don't know what's going on there, but there was also the orcish warriors with the shifters, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yes. They knew of the eye, actually, or the item that you have.
Stone, yes.
The stone, yes. With the slot.
It is yours. By all means, he'll hand it back to you. It says, by all means, it is your item, and you have certainly proven yourself trustworthy enough to hold on to such items. So I implore you to do just that.
The magic of it, is it of a divine nature, natural magic?
A fine question, sir. A fine question. It is certainly not of the divine nature, nor is it of the primal nature. I believe it is a creation of the arcane. It is an artifact. It is a magic item, very unique relevance. More than this, I wish I could say, but its attunable abilities, powers behind it, may be a little bit more difficult to uncover. Once you find these stones, you might learn more, but I digress.
Understood. Thank you.
Now, of course. So, you were spied on by halflings, Boromar clan. You were attacked by orcs under the powerful orcs under the supervision, working with shifters. Yes, very much the MO of the criminal band known as the what is it called? Drask, I believe. Going to make sure I got that.
I think
right.
it's called Dask.
That's right, Dask. I always get the names mixed up. Yes.
2 A's, not 1.
Yes, 2 A's, that's right. The criminal organization known as Dask, operating within Onder and Brayland. And it seems as of late, especially here in Sharn, this is a recent development in the gang war between the Boromar clan and House Tarkanan, which brings me to your strange chameleon individual. Now, I am hazard to say, I can say this with no certainty, but my deduction tells me that this may have been a member of House Dask. You see, they are capable of great magics due to their aberrant dragon legs. Each one of them is specialized to do one or two couple of very interesting things, but that's who this could have been. It could have been a spy on behalf of House Tarkanan. Now, if my hypothesis is correct, at least 2 of these people are from criminal organizations, if not 3, which means, since you were accosted on the street, Lord Kandarik, this stone is probably of immense relevance to the criminal organizations and may be at the epicenter of this gang. Now, what are they all chasing, do we think? Friends, what do these criminals have to gain by going to war with one another here in Sharn? What do we all think?
Money?
Yes, Mr.
500,000.
Duskwall. Yes, Mr. Darwin, indeed, you have it quite right. I believe the stone you now carry is an item, perhaps even a key, closely linked to the dragon heist. That is my deduction. Now, with that said, these 3 eyeballs, you're going to need to fill it. If you want to find them, my recommendation to you is you need to start looking at the criminal organizations. There's a good chance that one or more of them actually already have the stones you need for your stone to complete the puzzle. So, I would implore you to look at the criminal organizations, track down their hideaways, and maybe obtain these valuable relics for yourselves. And perhaps we might solve the dragon heist and bring this criminal underworld war to an end. What say you?
So you're thinking about these other these other gangs might have the eyes, like Dask and the Balmors?
Precisely. And if they don't know, they may have leads on.
All right, we're gonna have to try to go into their territory and try to shake some news out of some of them.
I will make some contact with my contacts and see if I can't shake anything loose about these criminal organizations and where you might begin your search.
Well, thank you.
And he, with that, you will sort of land outside the barracks, and he will, he's going to take you into the barracks. We can skip you walking through all the soldiers and the paperwork and the sergeant kind of like getting you all through. And you are going to come to a prison cell where the lady is bound with manacles. To say, all right, it is time for interrogation. And you will walk in to see the good lady looking a little defeated. Says, so, curious, do one of you have expertise in the interrogation arts?
I don't know about interrogation. I'm reasonably good at convincing people to have a conversation.
Then by all means, Lord Fiarlan, why don't you take the helm of this? But remember, she is held here under lawful measures, so let us not abuse our prisoner, please. Sometimes it's excitable, but let us be cautious of the rights as a human being.
What would count as abuse in this situation?
Well, bodily harm.
So we can't give her a black eye. Okay.
No, Mr. Duskfall,
No,
we cannot give a prisoner a black eye.
I mean, that's why I said we can't. Okay.
The sergeant squints his eyes at you. It says, oh yes, I think it should be Lord Fiarlan, perhaps, who takes the lead on this one. Mr. Duskfall, perhaps you might stand close to me during the interrogation.
By the way, is magic allowed?
He's going to say, magic, unfortunately, it's not really the best way to start, but if we have to bend the rules, this is where the limit would be.
Okay, interesting.
Typically, we need court approval to conduct such invasive measures.
Okay, well, if you need something and you got court approval, maybe come talk to me.
Very well. Well, you stand next to the sergeant, Mr. Duskfall, and Lord Fiarlan, the talker. Good luck. You start us off, my good friend.
Just as he does, I'll just go up and pat his back just right as he goes to talk to her and just give him guidance for his first check or whatever. It's only a minute, but you got it, Lord Fiarlan. Just play this simple. I'll help if I can.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Lord Fiarlan.
Lady Crowhund.
So what is it that you have come for, then?
But before we walked in, I'd like to get a copy of the 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 Chronicle or the Gazette that outlays what went on, the the bodies and what have you. Anyway,
enough.
well, because you've been uh in custody, you probably didn't have a chance to see this. And I will slide it across the table to her. And we'll wait a moment while she takes that in.
She reads it. She like puts her hand over her mouth and like begins like crying. She says, "What?" Oh, and it does detail the fate of the children, which is that they were spared. One of the few that were spared in the raid. She goes, "Children, my husband." She starts crying for Lord Garland. And she's gonna start, you bastard, it's all your fault. And Mr. Blastwind says, "Lady Growlhunt, I know this is distressing news, but please retain your dignity, madam." And she will sort of, "You bastards," and just sort of like, she's manacled to the chair, but she's like, pissed off, sad, angry, depressed, all that shit.
Lady Gralham, on investigation of the scene, we came across certain esoteric symbols and garments indicating that you and your husband were followers, devotees of all of the Dark Six. So you'll understand that this particular emotional outburst does not move any of us. They strike faults like the proverbial crocodile tears.
She kind of, her face is like twisted and anger and wrath and grief and all of these things.
Now, if you are truly upset, and perhaps you are, I would think that would be better directed at the people who brought you into this cult. The people who put your children in direct jeopardy. The people who ultimately led to thugs from the Boromir clan breaking into your home, slaughtering your staff and your husband in search of something that was dear and precious to them. And given that there weren't a large number of the Boromir clan there, I have to assume that they got it. So, if you really want vengeance, perhaps if you are more open and honest about who brought you in to this cult and what these criminals might have been after, we can help your situation.
Make a persuasion or intimidation check. Results for different checks.
I think I'll go for persuasion. And I had guidance. What is guidance? A die 4? Oh, that's good. That'll be a 14.
14.
I rolled
she
a
says,
3.
Oh man. She sort of she sort of who brought me in? Who brought me in? I'll have you know. Me and my late husband were great followers of the shadow. I am still a great follower of the shadow, and the dark six runs more rampant in your society than you know. For we have had many followers, and where we fall, more will spring up. There are many, many sects of the Dark Six within this city. More than you can count, more than even I can count. And you should count your blessings that you have your liberty. Because you will be defeated, and by the end, Dark Six will have their vengeance upon you. The society, it will be brought to it. Hold on. She starts like spattering rhetoric about the Dark Six, going on about how there's more of us than you know, and how she wasn't brought into the Dark Six. She brought others into the Dark Six, and she makes it very much sound like her and her husband were like the leaders as far as they knew.
Ryan, can I try and like from the back of the room just Kong my shield, say quiet when the Lord is speaking, and cast calm emotions?
Sure. What's the DC?
Charisma saving throw.
She's just a pretty lady. She's not got much in the way of stats, and she kind of
Enough.
Yep, she's sort of.
I will burn you with the light of the Sovereign once again, or have you forgotten? I brought you back. Don't make me regret it. You were dead, not unconscious. You were with your Dark Six.
You call yourself so grand and great. You slew me in front of my own children, you bastard.
Only for the actions that you brought us to your door. Now treat the Lord with respect and answer his questions.
Why did you come to my door? How would you possibly know to come to us in the end anyway?
Because your nimble right led us to you.
Those unreliable machines. Bloody Warforged construct. Garbage scrap metal. In the background. She says, and I suppose you must be very happy about yourself that you've gotten the stone then, huh?
So, the stone was the item that they were after. And how did you come by the stone?
We have been watching the spy of the ex-councillor Lantar, who's had his eye on the boy for some time, the Kalinir Lantar. We had our eye on him, and when he was abducted by the Boromar clan, well, we took notice. We followed him, and he took the stone onto himself, and we know we needed to have it. The stone is the key to the dragon heist, you dumb bastard. Or haven't you found out?
But the stone's incomplete. It wasn't going to be able to help you.
It was going to help us once we had tracked down the other three eyes. Once we had those, we would have had all the money we would have needed to ascend back to Skyway and bring forth the Dark Six's warship properly across the city.
Did you think the Castellanters were going to just let you do that?
Castellanters? The bloody hell's the... You mean that one fact? What about the Castellanters?
Well, you don't think that you're the only group of people who are interested in large sums of money, are you?
Apparently not. Greedy bastards, order of the whatever of the sovereign host, all these criminal organizations murdering my family. No doubt they'll come for you next. I wonder what's happening at your little home, wherever you live right now as you're here. Perhaps it's being raided as we speak by the Boromar clan like they raided my own home. Watch your back.
I understand. Do you have any idea how you are planning on acquiring these eyes?
Me and my husband had not discussed the accumulation of the eyes. We had only just received the stone a day or two hence. He was making plans.
And your construct has been hidden away? Is out looking for those eyes?
I don't know. Last I saw, it was in my husband's study. Barinbus Blastwind will say, "Unfortunate to note to you, madam, your construct property was destroyed, it seems." Just sort of sellers. Tolkien was foolish to purchase such a construct.
Oh. You followed a spy. You arranged to acquire the stone. Your agent acquired that by detonating a device, killing that agent and several bystanders. And you expect what?
She doesn't really have a
Would you
response.
like
She kind of
to?
grinds her teeth.
Would you like to see the body of the dead child that you're responsible for killing? I can make that happen for you. I could be absolutely put into a position where I'm certain a inquisitive from the Church of the Silver Flame would dearly love to spend some one-on-one time with you to discuss your cult of the Dark Six. And I'm really pretty certain that they would do that after you were expedited outside of Breland, perhaps all the way to Thrain. And I don't believe that you would be afforded a great deal of civility considering the declarations that you have made right here. You have given me absolutely nothing to move forward with and no reason to keep you here.
She leans in also. She goes, "You think I'm a fool, Lord Fiala? I understand my situation perfectly. My husband is dead. My home is a bloodbath. My children, no doubt, I will never see again. My family's fortunes will be given away to the city, perhaps, in some donationary effort for these people who don't matter, who are just killed in the bombings. This is my life. In this prison cell, if I had a moment to act, I could cut it short." And Barinbus Blastwind will say, "Well, the madam at least has some intelligence about her. I doubt that she'll ever see the light of the sun ever again, for all the things that her and her husband have done."
Madam, anger and understanding is not going to improve your situation. There's room to improve it. If you honestly want to be part of your children's lives, there is an opportunity. But you have to give us something actionable to work from.
You expect me to believe that there's anywhere to go from here? I have been renounced for my religion, surely, and I will be accused of mass murder on my husband's behalf. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I think this is my fate, and you're just trying to get something out of me. Once the courts are done with me, I'll be but a corpse to be left in some prison cell to rot to the end of my days till I'm an old.
Then they've done nothing for you. Their association through you has ruined your family. Why do you defend them? When by giving us some names can improve your situation and put the people who have really put your family in jeopardy of their own. They're doing nothing to help you. Ultimately, the only thing that they've done is harm you.
Tell you of who? Who? The people who attacked my home? I don't know who attacked my home. I know what this piece of paper tells me. I knew the dragon heist was going on. My husband told me as much. I don't know anything about these criminal organizations.
That's fine. Tell me something about the cultists then.
But why get out of it? Blastwind will say, perhaps you may be taken to a place of rehabilitation. Perhaps you might receive religious counsel. Perhaps you might not need rot to the dungeon to get things. Perhaps after you've paid your penance, you might see children again. Listen to the Lord Fiala. Perhaps you might gain something today. And you may make another intimidation and persuasion check at advantage.
I'm gonna make the intimidation because that seems like where we're at.
Perfectly fair.
Looks like a 15.
15. She says, I will give you the names of some of the acolytes I know who came to us for worship. But I do not know much more than this. Me and my husband, we are not great players of the game of this dragon heist. We were clearly inept to the task. Barinbus Blastwind will say, Sergeant, perhaps, he goes, yes, Mr. Blastwind. Says, very good. You put a hand on your shoulder, Lord Fjarlin. Says, well, let us have the sergeant take record of what the lady here has to say. You will, of course, have a list if you wish it. But let us speak to decide then of what comes next. And if you all agree, you'll be shown out of the cell where she kind of hangs her head. The sergeant will remain behind to start taking information. Mr. Blastwind will say, magnificently done, Lord Fjarlin. Are you sure you do not find yourself, don't feel yourself adequate to joining our order?
I am happy to, but please understand that I also am in service uh to the King's men. Um,
Hmm.
and I didn't believe that there was a conflict of interest serving the Sentinel Marshals and them. But Sharn is part of Breland, and that which is good for Sharn needs to also be good for Breland. Um,
Couldn't agree
if
more.
you don't feel that that's a unsurmountable conflict of interest, then I would be happy to join.
Then we stand for the same things. The Esoteric Order has been known to dabble in lawful, shall we say, communication with more individuals from rougher sides of town. The King's Citadel, of course, will take its own, take Brailish citizens, and will. They have their own way of doing things, and we have our way of doing things. But it is all to the same ends: the lawful and good protection of Sharn, Breland, whether by the use of whether the King's Citadel uses their forces, but we use magic, and we use the subtle craft of speech, and others, shall we say. So, you are most certainly welcome if you would wish to be Lord Magister Viatelli de Fion of the Esoteric Order.
Well, I couldn't, in good conscience, turn down a title like that, now could I?
Oh, the gnomes would turn over in their graves if they heard that someone was turning down such a magnificent title. Well, welcome to our order, Lord Magister Viatelli de Fion.
Thank you.
Well, with all of that said, you have had quite a date. Now, listen here, friends. We at the Esoteric Order of Magisters of Orion, our stance on what is to happen here is this. You seem all intent on continuing this investigation, yes? Being a part of the Dragon Heist and all, so forth?
Absolutely.
Very well. Then we intend to help you however we can. Now we will start with the lady here and see what she knows and see if we can connect it to anybody else in the city who might have an interest in Dragon Heist. Now, I want you to keep the stone for now. But all that the Esoteric Order would ask is that when the time comes, when all is said and done, turn over the stone to us. It could be a source of vital intelligence that could help us in our struggles against the Dark Six and other dark matters happening around Sharn. And last is this: should you happen to find all the platinum, it would be more than enough of a reward to all of you to have obtained it and do with it what you will. But we, of course, would but heavily encourage to follow the will of the Order, to do the right thing, and see to it the money returns to where it belongs, to Sharn. Not to its government, not to the people of the Skyway, but perhaps to the people who need it most in the city. But you may do with it what you will at times. All we ask for is the stone.
I don't think that's too much to ask.
Excellent.
I think while you are getting the list of names from Lady Gralhund, I've got a thought. I know that a Brillish criminal who was exiled as punishment has made his way back to Sharn. I would have to think that that had to be facilitated by one of these three criminal elements. So perhaps in rousting this criminal, we may get an inroad while we do that. Plus, we've got the follow up on your your man's doppelganger associates. If they're a self-styled criminal element, then perhaps they have contacts as well.
Many, many roads to follow, and we will report to you just as soon as we can what we find out about. But we will keep our eye on this. I have a hunch the Dark Six might be involved in the game as well, or at least followers of their order. We are going to take a hard and fast look at it. But indeed, there are other criminal organizations much more active at the time. Perhaps you should look into them as well. You have allies, it seems. I'm told that at least one of you has an impressive number of titles amongst the factions of Sharn. Isn't that right, Red Hand, Marshal, Warden, Templar, Magister, Princess Dewdrop?
That's right. I have lots of friends in the city.
Well, perhaps you might call upon your friends, and maybe they might learn more, and we will report back to you as soon as we have some. So, with that, bid you adieu. You may take the sky coach back to your home, and we will surely meet up in the future. And remember, if you happen to have a little spare time on your hand for an extra job, those doppelgangers, you could perhaps use their aid. It might be help to have such eyes in the city as those who can change their appearance if will. Well,
Absolutely.
Good day to you all. You will return back inside the barracks to reunite with his counterpart, the sergeant. And you guys may all take the sky coach back to Terminus Station Penthouses.
As we're going, I'll just pose to everyone. With this key, disc, dial, whatever you want to call it, I know it's magical in nature. Perhaps one of us can try using it later. But if we're unsuccessful, I'm sure I could go to the Kandaric vaults and have it held for the time being. If an enterprise was to rob them, they'd have to be exceptional.
That's certainly a thought. My backup thought was a little bit sideways from there, and that's it is clearly a significant lure, and if no other leads are useful at letting us kind of break into the criminal underbelly, perhaps a careful planting of rumor and a staged locale may prove a viable option for luring those elements into the open.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. I guess if push comes to shove and we need to offload it because there's too much heat, maybe we can reconsider. But yeah, I think that's true. It's a tactical advantage right now.
So, what might we be interested in doing for now? We got plenty of jobs we can start on.
Well, I have knowledge of a criminal who's doing some recruiting in the dock districts, who's probably uh, associated with House Tarkanan, um, as an option. Option two is to look into the uh, doppelgangers and see what we can do about recruiting them, because as Magister Blastwind indicated, that there is there would be a huge advantage if they can be turned to assets.
Any other options? Kundar the Hammers said that there's a dragon down near the docks. He wants us to investigate.
Well, that would allow us to double up in the dock area.
Do we want to do the doppelgangers first, then head down to the docks?
Well, I
If
don't believe
if we're going against a dragon, perhaps we should be fresh.
Ryan, have we taken a long rest yet?
You had I know Benrig used calm emotions, but other than
Yeah,
that,
I
you guys
used
should
like
have
one
all
spell,
your-
but
Yeah, other than
Yeah.
that, you guys should have your full everything going.
Yeah, because we expended
just-
everything the day before, then we had a rest, and then there was all of this shenanigans. So we should
I
be
just
pretty.
meant like perhaps do dragon and docks first, then doppelgangers.
Well, the ultimate problem is that we don't know where they're located. So, you know, we don't know where this this Merrick is, nor where his doppelganger associates might be. So,
As you
the
remember, oh, that's a good point. Sorry, Mike. Just go ahead.
the so the dock sounds like a fantastic idea, and then we can try to dig into the meat of finding this gentleman and his associates, but that's just my thought. And going the dock route does get us into bopping territory soonest.
We'll say that because you were not very far away from home. The sky coach kind of comes in and lands, and you can kind of all walk into your place of business. It's there that you're going to bump into some folks. Let's see. You're going to bump into these 4 people. One of them looks like a warrior. 2 of them look a little bit more like trench coat hood kind of individuals, maybe a little bit more roguish than warrior. And the one standing at its head is wearing is dressed fairly normally, is wearing leather armor underneath like a coat. She has a holy symbol of the silver flame, and she's going to approach you all with her whole posse. Just going to say, "A pleasure. Welcome. Welcome home, I suppose. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sephia Nelrak. I was told by my employers, the Castellanters, that you may require some assistance in the city. They have sent us here to assist you how you might require."
Yes, I've been waiting for you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Princess Dewdrop of the Summer Court.
They're all like, that's not every day you meet a princess. They kind of like They all bow. There we go. Princess, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you. You are all so lovely. But yes, well, I specifically have been waiting for you. I'm hoping you can look into the death of Maxine. It's a dear friend of mine, and it definitely is related to the larger job at Hull.
I'm sorry, the death of a horse?
Yeah, a talking horse specifically.
Oh. And this is related to the dragon heist.
Yes, because we're hunting down the criminal organization to get these little eyeball stones, and that'll be the key to the dragon heist. And Maxine was killed by one of these criminal organizations. So if we can figure out who did it, we can get closer to that organization.
These eyes, you say, they're the key to the dragon heist.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
It is such a joke. Sure.
Okay. 6.
She's like, they're like, okay. You're gonna say, so they're kind of looking at you with this look of like, okay, so you're a princess who wants us to go track down the murderers of a talking horse to solve the dragon heist. They kind of have this like glum look of like, we have never been given this much bullshit to get rid of us in our hands a little bit. They kind of look broadly at the group. They say, this horse was killed by a criminal organization that has stone eyes that is the key to the dragon heist.
Yes, it's certainly in your best interest and the castle entrance best interests if we investigate this death.
It could crack this thing wide open.
Yeah, Warforged got my back.
Yeah, she's not buying it. She's looking at you all like, is this should we bring this back to the castle answers then? This is what you're looking into. This is how your investigation has gone on their behalf.
It's an early lead and one of many. And so we're sourcing out the really important ones. So I'm hoping you can source out this one.
I see. Is there any information you would wish for us to take back to the Castellanters? I'm told that they wished to be knowledgeable of your progress.
Sure, I'd say that bit about the stone and the eyeballs is pretty important. You could take that back to them.
Alright, very well. We will go look into this horse. First, we will stop by Skyway and speak to the Castellanters, and we will report back at the end of the day with our findings.
Oh, and it'd be worthwhile passing on to them that we've acquired the stone, and it has been safely sequestered in the Kundaric vaults. So the opportunity for, one of those criminal elements to be able to put their hands onto it has been nullified. So that may assuage some of their concerns.
Make me a deception check of your own.
There we go. How about a 24? Apparently
24.
I should just lie.
Yeah. She looks a little bit more convinced at your part. Like yours makes it gives some context to where Selena's, like, rather than it just being like, okay, we're calling into question everything you're saying, Selena, to, here's some bits of truth, and they seem a little bit more satisfied to the point. Go, I see. Very well, I shall report this to the Castellans. They'll be most excited to hear of progress. They have informed us as to well, the relevance to this mission as far as their children go. So, as you can understand, they're quite anxious for updates. So, thank you very much. We will look into this. She looks kind of stink-eyed at you, Selena, this horse. And we will report back on our findings. Have a good day. And they will walk past you to the sky coach. All right. Now what? What's the plan now?
I'm still thinking an investigation inside of the dock ward is sort of a twofer. We can perhaps get a lead on if there is really a dragon. What the dealio is with that, and somebody who is recruiting a variety of birdmen in the dock ward may also yield a thread that's worth tugging on, unless somebody has a better idea. I mean, I don't think we can go to that Dragon nightclub and just wait for halflings to show up. I mean, that's the last place we saw them publicly. Alternatively, I suppose we could. No, never mind. I'm not gonna. No, that's a bad idea.
I think Benry kind of looks at you knowingly. Like, I feel like we're thinking the same thing. We can't yet.
I'm not going back through all of that crap, dude.
Yeah, exactly. We're locked in. Yeah. I had the same thought, but I think it might be premature. But I actually would like to speak to these higher magical societies about what we had seen that time, or what I had seen. Maybe they'll know more about these organizations and their inner workings. But the docks sound like a good one for today. Lady Dewdrop, Princess.
The docks sound great. Yeah. I love dragons. Dragons are cool. And never heard of would Selena know of any Kenku?
Yeah, you guys have a Kenku working in the bodega out of Terminus Station.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's head to the docks.
And actually, before we head to the docks, we're gonna head down to the bodega. And we're gonna ask if, hey, this is what we heard. Is there a place where your folk like to hang out down there? Maybe, would you know?
Which mission is this?
This is the one that I got from the King's folks for hold on. I got my notes here. I just have to read down the page because I got a lot of jumble.
Fair enough. If this is the one from the whatever your organization is called, the King's
Citadel.
The King's Citadel,
yeah,
yes.
The King's Citadel. Okay, I got you. Sorry, the faction lost my brain, but I know what it is.
Faction fatigue.
Yeah, the faction fatigue. Make me a little persuasion check there, Lord.
Hopefully
Lord
this will go better than the last. Oh, well, that is better. How about a 25?
25. She says, let's see here. Essentially, she's going to give you some leads. He says, "Oh yeah, you don't want to try this," and is gonna essentially send you somewhere to begin your investigation. He's gonna give you a lead. She goes, "I heard that yeah, he's down in the dock ward. If you start over in Dura, you might find something, citizen." Using the mimicry. All right, if you guys want to start spending some time, why don't you guys make your way over to Cliffside, as that is your first lead.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. That will be thanks to the fact that Nero has orphan powers. You guys are going to be able to get there in a half an hour, as opposed to the full hour. Get over to Cliffside, and let's see here. I'd like an investigation check from whoever would like to take the lead to keep looking around. You can take advantage because I'm sure your allies are helping you.
I'll help him. Yeah, I'm pretty good, but I imagine he's much better.
Okay. Yeah, your long lost Tal'Dorei Jones is quite the investigator, but he's not.
So I think Viatelli, if you have good investigation, I'll give you the help action.
Okay.
I can also investigate. I got a good investigation, but I just kind of need caught up on what exactly we're doing.
There is a criminal down in the Cliffside Dock Ward who is recruiting, who was exiled from Sharn and from Breland, who is snuck his way back in and is currently recruiting Kenku for shenanigans.
Okay.
Who's this
Yeah,
for again?
the Harko, the Swornhold. Yeah, I guess like what was the most recent lead that you guys just had while I was in the bathroom?
He may be at Cliffside.
Yeah.
This is gonna be there's gonna be a couple checks revolving. So you guys get to Cliffside, you're gonna look around. So make an investigation check, you'll have advantage. We'll take a minute.
Oh, do you guys want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
You got it.
I do not want to bark out all the dice rolling. Somebody else can have them.
I'll roll my dice.
Darwin's rolling the dice.
Darwin's got it already.
Okay.
24. Yep, you catch up another lead. A little bit close to where you guys were told. I'll say that oh yeah, I heard that yesterday he was hanging around, and they give you the name of this dock, and they say, and someone said that they saw some glittering bronze in the bottom of this seabed, and everyone took a look, and I think I might have saw him over there, right? He's like, oh, you better go get him. And so you got another lead to follow. You're getting closer.
Cool.
So you guys can head over there. Why doesn't take another investigation check? It's going to take a couple hours hunting around all of Sharn for one person.
Uh, 25.
25. You're referred. They're like, oh, they say, yeah, they say he's sort of and they give you a neighborhood. They say he shows up they say he shows up around the end of the day to he's looking for someone, but he's got these kangaroos falling around. If you look in the Dagger Street neighborhood, he's bound to show up there eventually. And you can make one last investigation check to see if you can find the scum, the bastard.
It's okay if I just add some flavor because I really like some I don't know, high tech investigation scanning type stuff with yeah, so little my eyes seem to do more of a scan thing, and I'm I guess trying to analyze the environments and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Very cool.
15 on this last.
Okay, that's the case. Darwin, you're doing a good job. Benrig's at your side, being a helpful hand. While the rest of the party's following around, you guys have been looking around all day for the scout. Uh, it's been about 8 hours, but you finally come across this guy, this human dude, who is clad in armor, studded leather armor. He looks to be certainly an adventurer type. He's got some scimitars at his side. And he is accompanied by 2 Kinku, which seems to be the MO of the individual you were looking for.
As soon as we see him, can I cast Mage Armor on myself?
Sure thing.
Okay. Without him seeing it, but yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Has he seen us yet?
No, I'm gonna say no.
I want to observe their environment. Like, are there other people around? Are we kind of like by ourselves?
There's a couple of people around, like walking up and down the streets. He's kind of just hanging out, like he's waiting for something or someone, or he's keeping an eye out. You're not sure what his deal is, like what purpose is, but keeping an eye out.
Turn back to the group. Like, what do y'all think the plan of attack should be here?
My suggestion would be to take 2 of our membership and actually go by them, so they're on the opposite side, and then the 3 of us remaining then just approach. If it becomes a situation, it becomes a situation. If they choose to bolt and run, they're running into some of our folks.
Flanking maneuver. I like it.
Or we could wait around and see who he's waiting around for, because aren't we curious who his associates might be?
That's certainly worth an opportunity. If we want to try to follow him, or find out who he's meeting and talking with.
Hmm.
I'm good with either
So-
option.
If we want to find the Tal'Dorei hideout and maybe one of the eyes, maybe we just watch the guy for a while, see where he goes, and if he comes across Tal'Dorei, we interrogate them.
I guess that comes down to what their priority was, because if they just want him dead, we have a better chance before he's like by his allies, and who knows when he would come out of said hideout again.
Don't. Yeah, we already know where the House Tarkanan hideout is, or I think I do. We've been there before, and I believe I stumbled into it with Princess. It was clattered with their signs and imagery, and not just in the, no offense, Lord Viatelli way of a quick sacrifice drawing. This was architecture devoted to their symbol. I think we already know where it is. Perhaps I'm wrong.
That was probably only one of their hideouts, though. Sharn said,
I saw a throne, Nero.
Other hideouts don't have thrones?
I don't know. Maybe you've seen many. I haven't. I digress.
Did you not want
I'm
to
happy.
go to hideouts to learn more information about your adversaries?
Yeah. I think we already know where. But I'm happy to go with whatever approach we want. I wouldn't like to be on the initial approach today, though. I don't feel like lying.
Well, that's fine. I don't have any problems with it. Um, so let me ask you, uh, Princess, do you want to skulk and chase, or do you want the bop?
Bop.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Oh, we know that. We already knew. You already knew the answer to that.
What? What? Just the ball.
So who do we want to try to ghost on by them? Because if there's foot traffic going by, two folks just kind of wandering that way, having a conversation probably isn't going to get noticed.
I'm the most normal looking out of most of us. For a guy down here, at least. Anybody else? I guess it's you and me, Viatelli.
Are you guys doing? I'm sorry. Are you guys doing the initial approach or like flanking?
I thought we agreed on flanking.
Mm.
Do you want to come with me? Try to look normal.
My stealth kind of sucks, so probably best I don't try to sneak. But and I don't think it's worth using your illusion magic just yet. Um, invisibility would be like illusion, right? Or what school
I
magic
gets up
is
and
that?
starts walking away.
They're walking away.
He's walking away.
We need to follow him now. We're losing time.
Selena's gonna
Okay.
follow him.
All right, how close are you following? Are you gonna follow him with a hammer in his face? Like how we following him? He's just like kind of casually walking up. He's got these Kenku bodyguards. You guys just gonna follow him around?
Are there a lot of people around here?
There's some people, like it's not uninhabited. Like he's in public streets. You're also here at the behest of like the king's citadel. You have like legal authority to do what you're doing.
Okay, yeah, we should go. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna fight the guy, or what are we doing? We're fighting the guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fighting. Okay,
All right, you
fine.
start going. You go running down the street. Okay, let's roll initiative. Oh my.
Well, more importantly, it will be Horror Swornhold. Stop and throw down your weapons and put up your hands in the name of the King's Citadel. You're under arrest.
Okay, got it. You start shouting all of that, and he goes, yeah, take out your guns and shoot him. And that's gonna be, Harko Swornhold is not going away.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that between sessions, Benrick bought a gun. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking.
I was like, first time hearing of it.
Nah, I'm
45
just playing,
ACT.
I'm playing.
It's funny. Bought a gun. Well, hey, you might get a gun
AR-15s are totally in
like
Sharn.
the Kenkus turn around and like take out the little short swords, but the dude fully takes out a pistol and like aims it at you guys. So, yeah, I'm not going to jail. That's what
Afraid
he
of this, bitch.
Arrest this. Okay, let's see. You're going to get me for a cease and desist, you motherfuckers. Oh, right, he got that. Okay, who rolled 20 plus?
18.
That was not 20 plus, but I'll
Okay,
put
so
it
I
in there.
thought I heard 20 and below.
Who rolled 15 plus?
I think Nero got an
Okay.
18.
Oh yeah, Nero got an 18. Yep.
17.
17. Thank you, Selena. What's your dex score?
14.
Okay, you'll go after Mr. Swornhold, who got a 10 plus.
11.
11. Who got a 5 plus.
9.
What'd you get there, Darwin?
I got a 4.
Got it.
Feel like a Charlie Brown.
Alright.
And I got a rock.
And I got a Okay, Nero. What are you gonna do as these dudes all turn around and look at all you scumbags?
Oh, I'm going first. Interesting.
So, because you rolled a 20 plus, right?
Yeah, I did. I rolled a 20 plus.
Yeah, you rolled an 18. Okay, what do you do?
18. So I meant I heard it's fit. I thought it was fit. I thought you called 20 and moved on. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say-
What do you do?
Okay, how far away are they?
Let's see here. The nearest guy, one of the Kenkus, is 45 feet.
45 feet. Okay, let's see. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking. Need to look up the spell. It's hang on. Sorry. 15. Okay. So I could run. So they're 45 feet away from me.
Yes.
Okay,
certainly are.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna start by. Okay, I'm gonna start by doing. Yeah, I'm gonna start a casting a spell with
What are you doing, buddy?
chaos bolt, but
Chaos
using
Bolt. Okay.
twinned.
All right. You're twinning a Chaos Bolt for the two Kenkus.
Yeah, for the two Kenkus.
All right. Go ahead and make 2 attack rolls.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay. One is an 8, one is a 23.
The 8 will miss. The 23 will hit.
Okay, cool. Combined damage of 7, and I can pick either. I'll go force damage.
Okay. One of the bolts whizzes by, unable to really hold its element of compound, but the other one, a blast of pure eldritch magic, just wallops this one guy, and he is bloody. Little blood kind of comes off the end of his beak and drips.
Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna. Where am I in the gang?
You're right here.
Okay, I'm gonna move over to my right and try to get to be blocked. Make sure that crate blocks me from the line of sight of the enemies.
So you're going to your right. So you want to go behind. You want to go behind the box, so over here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. 25 feet. Fantastic. That's going to bring us to Harko, who is going to go over here to where you are, Mr. Double Magic Blaster. He's going to go, magic this, bitch, and he's going to shoot a pistol at you.
A pistol? Holy shit.
He pulls out a gun.
The fuck is that?
It's a gun. He shoots. The first one's going to be it's a 9, which goes way off to the side. And he goes, oh, hold on. And he reloads it, and that's going to be a 17.
I'm gonna cast shield.
All right. The bullet bounces off your shield. That could have really hurt someone. That's going to be his turn. He draws out his scimitar, and he's going to just start walking towards you.
Okay.
We cannot compare our powers through the Force, perhaps through scimitars. He pulls out his scimitar. Selena, it's a bopping time. What do you do?
Imagine Selena getting a gun.
Yeah, that would
Ooh,
be.
what's your name?
How far? Wait, so if I just flew straight over all that stuff and tried to get behind him, do I have enough speed for that? 30 feet?
You're not gonna be able to get behind him, but I'll be generous and say you can get that extra 5 feet, and you can get into bopping range.
I'll get in melee. Cool. Great.
He's like, "What the fuck is that?" He looks at you.
I'm a fairy princess, and then I will pull my hammer over my head and try to bop him.
Okay, go for it. I'm a fairy princess.
Oh no, it's a 13.
Yeah, you're like, and like send it down as they're just using the momentum of the hammer. There's no real test what you do. He just kind of like steps to the side and like hits a box next to him.
Oh man.
It's like, that could have really hurt someone, lady.
Yeah, it'll hurt you next time.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. That's gonna bring us to Kiku. They're gonna go. Step in the name of the plan. And they're going to. Come on now. I'll give him the 5 feet like I gave Selena. Darwin! They're gonna come up and they're gonna both swing their scimitars at you.
Yeah. But
They did not surprise you, so these will just be straight rolls. One's a natural 1, and he swings and hits his buddy by accident. And that's going to be 7 damage to his friend, who goes, "Hey, what the fuck?" And the other one goes, "I'm sorry, citizen." The other guy's going to attack. 15 to hit.
18 armor class.
Slashes across your armor. No damage. Okay, moving us along, Mr. Viatelli, what would you like to do?
Okay. I am going to kind of move between those signposts so I can see what's going on over yonder.
Okay, like so?
Yep. And about there, I'm going to disappear in a puff of shadow, and I'm going to Misty Step until I'm behind Goofball.
Okay, you can get to right here. Yeah, you can just 5-foot step into a... Yeah, you can 5-foot step into a flank if you want.
Actually, I want to be directly behind him.
Oh,
So
okay,
if I had
sure.
I had extra moves, so that's the goal.
Got it. You appear
when
behind him in shadow.
When I appear, I gotta see which the save is. Needs to make a DC 15. What save though? Hold on a second. Let me look it up. Wisdom save DC 15.
That's a failure.
If he wants to attack somebody besides me, he has disadvantage. He has been successfully taunted.
Okay.
And Viatelli will say, as part of his action, benighted victory, and will cast darkness on himself.
Inside the darkness, you can't see him at all, but you just hear from inside the darkness.
Oh no, I
This-
can see him just fine.
Oh, you can. No, absolutely. But the rest of you hear just like, this is the scariest fucking thing that's ever happened. Very plainly. Very
I'm used to it.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Benrig. Benrig, what do you do?
So these Kenku, like they're recruits, but they're down. They're bad news.
They
They're
seem
pretty
to be
bad news.
attempting to kill Darwin at the moment. So
Awesome. All right, I'm going to step up and cast Burning Hands on the two of them.
all right. Blast flame deck saves. Let's see. They're
Leave
gonna
my
roll
friend alone.
8 and 15.
15 is the save, so that will save.
All right. So this guy saves.
8 damage, and so 4 for the other dude.
This one just manages to survive, but he's staggered and looks over and sees his buddy laying in just like smoke on the ground. This guy was you toasted him. It's gone.
Cool. And I'll just I'm just reading one little ability. Yeah, as a bonus section, I'll just question his loyalty. I'll just say, "Are you sure you want to die for this?"
I just hear it say, "No, sir." And he very much has the appearance of someone who's about to turn around and run from him. All right, Darwin, what do you do?
I'm just gonna use my action to summon my protector cannon, and that's gonna, with a bonus action, flare. It's temp HP for myself and Benrig.
Hell yeah. Oh,
It's,
fuck yeah, look at that. There you go. It's a little big, but, you know. Hey, look. Aw, it's great.
Everyone just gets, or me and Benrick get 1d8 plus 4 HP.
Oof. Thank you, senor.
Hell yeah.
5 plus 4, so 9.
Benrig is looking hardy.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
if I wasn't misunderstanding, it said just quietly kill the sword who excommunicated, right?
Yeah. Yeah, put him to the sword. Okay, that's gonna bring us. Yeah, the only job is to put Buddy to the sword. That's gonna bring us to Nero's turn. Nero, you are standing at the edge of darkness. What do you do?
The edge of darkness. I'm gonna. Okay, I've seen this before. I'm gonna try using a spell scroll I have of Witch Bolts.
Okay. Make a disadvantage attack roll because you're blind.
Okay. Plus, yeah, okay. Plus. 10.
10. You just kind of like take this scroll, read it in one hand, put your hand out, you're like, blah, blah, blah. You kind of just like fire randomly into the darkness. and it just biffs it, misses entirely.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
No, I'll move away. Actually, I'm gonna move back.
Okay, 30 feet.
Yeah, sure, that'll do.
Alrighty. That's gonna bring us back to our bad guy. He's got disadvantage no matter what, so he'll just attack you, Vitelli, because why not? He's gonna take that scimitar and try and get you with it. You avoid an at 20. It's only going to be 13 to hit.
That will miss.
That'll miss. Second attack is 11. Man, I was supposed to be pretty tough for this encounter. Selena, you can't see either, but you can sure hear him. You want to make a disadvantage attack?
Yeah, I'll give it my best.
Go for it.
Oh, it's an 8.
You just like do the thing like Crash Bandicoot style, where you just start spinning around in circles with your hammer out with the momentum, hoping you hit something, but you're a little high in there. Oh man! All right, Kenku's gonna be like, yep, later, and he's gonna disengage, and he's gonna just fully run to the side of the dock and jump off the dock into the water. That's what
Can I
he does.
do an insight check on if we broke his criminal will?
Go ahead, sure.
10.
10? Yeah, he looked a little green around the ears for Kenku. You get the sense this was kind of his, he was like, this is as brave as he's ever been in the criminal world, and it went really, really bad. He's probably going to be off crime for at least a very long time.
Got it. Cool. Benrig is satisfied.
Beauty. That's going to bring us to Lord Fjarlin, who is the eyes in the dark.
Bonus action is going to be apparate my sword, and I'm going to attack by casting my new spell. Instead of Booming Blade, it's now Vengeful Blade.
Hey, Vengeful Blade's cool.
Yeah, it just changes the damage type, but same idea.
I got you.
Oh, wait. Thank God. I can see and he can't. But it's still only a 10.
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah, you got this perfect strike ready to go, and then Selena just kind of like Warhammer tops by you. It's all you can do to get out of her way. All right, that'll bring us to Benrig. What do you want to do, Benrig?
I will. I don't have dark vision.
Well, you do, but it wouldn't help here because it's magical darkness.
Mm.
You would need something like Tremor Sense or True Sight to see through it.
What? Would I know if Fairy Fire would help? Would it give?
I've already given you one free check for the round, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can always
I'll. Yeah. I'll just try and cast a guiding bolt in there.
All right.
To where I can
run over
hear
here to get as clear a
the
shot as
individual.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a disadvantage attack.
Nine. No. Sorry. Yeah, 19 with disadvantage.
19 with disadvantage.
17 plus
Jeez.
7 and 12 plus 7.
That's very good. Yeah, you hit him. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 15 damage. And I
15
believe
damage.
the next one will have advantage.
Normally, yes. Unfortunately, the magic of the Atelli's darkness is stronger than your spell, and it will
cool.
sort
No
of
worries.
cancel out your spell's power. But he does
No
take
problem.
12.
Yeah, nice damage. I'll take it. That's.
Oh,
Is anyone hurt that I could have heard?
I don't think anyone's taken any damage yet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's all.
All right, Darwin, what's the plan?
Right, is this can you confirm he's still alive or no?
Fuck no, he's dead as hell.
Alright, cool. I know two of my friends are in there, so probably don't want to like shoot like a fire thing in there, but it's likely the only way I could hit the guy. So I'm going to make my way to Fenric's side, but then send my turret around the kind of straight from here in order to provide a temp buff to my allies inside the darkness.
All right, what is the speed of your turn?
15 feet per round.
Got it. So it's going to move 15 feet to here, if that's what you want. What's the radius for the health buff?
Looking. $10, so I need to get pretty close. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to get anybody with this range, unfortunately. But it's on its way. All right, that brings us back around to Nero. Nero, you're all the way back here. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna let me take a look. What can I do here? Okay, I'm gonna try and move around and try to get an angle that's clear of allies that I can see at least.
You could run the Darwin side. That would get you a clearer shot. Other
Okay,
than that,
fine.
You're gonna not find much.
Okay, I'm gonna try chill touch.
Okay, make me an attack roll disadvantage. Nothing better the Atelli than
14.
your allies shooting at the bad guy in front of you blindly into just pure blackness.
Don't want to be
what
able helping.
What'd you get, Viatelli? Or what'd you get, Nero?
14.
14 is going to miss. All right. That's going to bring us back to him. He's going to just swing one at you, Viatelli, and this isn't really working for him. He's going to, he hears all the, it's just like fucking blasts, there's a guiding bolt, that just hit him in the back, there's like necrotic hands whizzing over, he's like, holy shit. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's going to disengage, and he's just going to like barrel past you and run 25 feet over to here. Be like, I can see! What the hell is this? And to try and get all the shining light off of him with the guiding bolt, but he can't. And that's going to be his turn. Selena, you did hear him run away. What would you like to do?
Does he take booming blade damage?
It was a booming blade.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind.
And I didn't hit him
follow-
anyway.
Oh, gotcha. I'd like to follow him out of the. Yeah, I mean, if I heard which direction he went, I want to go that direction.
Yeah, you get out of the darkness, and you're floating above him as he's like trying to stop me. He turns around and sees you with your hammer over your head.
Yeah, third time's the charm, and she's gonna try to bop him again.
Okay. Three's a big number in the Feywild.
And it's at advantage because he's got the guiding bolt on him.
It sure is.
21.
The guiding light splashes off of him as your hammer just clunks him in the head.
Incredible. So that's 13 bludgeoning damage plus a smite. Of
Hell
course.
yeah. It's such a hollow smite though. It's just missing something.
Yeah, for 10 more damage.
Holy shit. You clock him in the head, and he's like, he, like, one of his eyes, like, a little out of his skull a little bit. He probably doesn't remember who he is. Well done. All right, good job, Selena. Viatelli, you heard that the bopping parade has made its way south. What are you going to do?
Well, I can see him. He didn't go further than I can go, so I'll just close with him, and we're going to try this again, damn it.
All right, the shadow will go with you. Go ahead and make another attack.
And I'll take advantage on the off chance. 14, 21.
That'll hit. Roll some damage.
The fuck is with all the goddamn ones?
I got a 1 too.
Thank you for taking all of our ones onto you, Eric.
6 points.
6 points. You slash him across the back. He's very well. Well done. All right, good job, Viatelli. Benrig, that big old globe of darkness is going that way. Where are you going? If you're like the mafia dudes with like Tommy guns, just like walking up the dock, just like shooting randomly.
Is there any way I could maneuver with 25 feet to get hit the bad guy in eyesight, or no? He's covered in darkness now.
He's covered in darkness. There's no way.
Oh, got it. My mistake. Yeah. Okay. I'll just pat Nero on the back and say, "Stay safe, buddy." Mage armor.
I already have mage armor up.
Okay, I'll just go
Never
fuck
mind.
myself.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's alright. I will do a bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay. Well, spiritual weapon. What's your spiritual weapon look like as it's summoned to the battlefield?
I think what Benrig would do is like toss out his old shitty rusty mace and then Kong his new one on his shield and kind of like concuss it into the space, if that makes sense. Kind of animating it with light.
All right, there it is. La, just as requested. Where do you want to send? You want it to? You can summon it within 60 feet of yourself, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll put it at the edge of the darkness. You want to send it in to go get him?
Yes. Yeah. Let me see its speed.
I believe it is 20 feet.
Yes.
All right, make me an attack roll.
Awesome.
A spell attack.
Sorry. Ho 26 to hit.
Got it.
19 plus 7. Is that disadvantage for it?
Yes, because you can't see.
Oh, okay. No worries. My mistake. 21 on the lower. 14 plus 7.
21. Sorry, 21's the lowest?
Yeah, 26 and then a 21.
All right, that'll hit. Roll some damage.
10 radiant damage, I think.
10 radiant damage. How do you want to take out the evil exiled adventurer Harko Swornhold?
I think the mace would just like kind of bounce off of maybe one of the fence posts and then just Kong him in the chest into Viatelli's shadow sword.
Okay. The Mace of Light is a second level spell, right? Alright, it will fly in and just like, almost like ping pong bounce off of the light posts, swing around and just fucking crack him in the skull, and he hits the ground hard, his head twisted at an unnatural angle. He is not dead. He is down for the count. Well done, adventurers. You have slain this evil interloper in the Sharn, and we can take our break.
See you soon.
Let's go. The Sharn Watch shows up. All right, what's going on here? There been a murder? There been a fucking murder?
There's been no murder. This man was a wanted criminal.
Oh yeah, right. And what are you gonna tell me next? You're a member of the King's Citadel, are you?
It's like, oh, that's
As a
him.
matter of fact, yes.
And I point to Viatelli.
Oh, and they sort of like just walk by you, Nero, and they go, "I see." Well, what seems to be the situation? What happened?
The situation is that this is Parkar Swarnhold, and he is a convicted criminal, and he was exiled for his crimes, and he returned to Breland.
They go, "Oh, you mean, it looks just like him. Harko Swarnhold, just like you said." Goes, "Oh, well, thank you very much. I heard about that exile thing that happened last year. Well, good thing you were here when you were there, Mr. Agent of the King's Citadel. Don't worry, we'll take care of the body. You just, thank you for your service, sir."
We're not quite done with him yet. We need to check him for additional evidence because he didn't smuggle himself into this city.
Oh, of course, sir. Of course. By all means.
At
We'll
which
stand
point
and
we
make sure
will.
the civilians don't bug you.
Thank you.
If you go through his person, you'll see that he's got, what does he got? He's got a scimitar. He's got a dagger. Sure, why not? He's got studded leather armor. He has a bag of 3 gold, 4 silver, 12 copper. Oh yeah, and he also has a pistol. And we'll say 10 bullets of ammunition.
The pistol, bullets, and whatever the holster rig or bandolier rig that he wore it on, those will be confiscated in the name of the investigation.
Fair enough. Yes, of course, Mister. Is there anything else you need to do with the body, or should we start making sure it's taken off the streets?
By all means, take him away.
All right. And once more, thank you for your service. And they all take a
Do we need like his hand or anything to prove that we got him?
I have these 2 good gentlemen right here who will attest to the fact that he has been appropriately dealt with.
They salute. They go, "Aye, sir. Aye."
And I'll get the watchmen's names so I can put their names in the report. Yada yada.
Their names are Daryl and Rick.
Awesome.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you again for your service. Let's get this body out of here, Daryl. And they will haul off the body on a whole stretcher that they have. Throw a blanket over it.
And once they're gone, Viatelli will turn to folks. I apologize for any inconvenience that crowd of night may have caused, but I'm not familiar with firearms, but it looked and sounded significantly more deadly, and I thought depriving him of sight was perhaps more important.
Makes sense.
Do any of you know anything about firearms?
Ryan, do I know anything about firearms?
Are you proficient with martial weapons?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
I'm proficient with firearms. Optional rule at DM discretion.
You most certainly are. So I think, looking through all of your sheets here, Darwin, yep, you know about firearms. And Selena, you inexplicably, don't tell anybody why, but you know exactly how a gun works.
I would imagine that they are not very common.
They are sold, off the street like any weapon. The problem is they're very expensive. Firearms are exceptionally expensive. So you either steal them or you are very rich. Those are the only ways you're getting them.
I'll turn it over to Darwin because he's investigative. Perhaps there's a maker's mark or something that could lead us to where he got this.
Yeah, I'll investigate the pistol.
All right, make me a little investigation check.
21.
21. Yeah, honestly, it looks... I'm going to say that the maker mark is the official Baelish crown. So you get the sense that he probably killed somebody for this. This probably belonged to some veteran or some soldier or some guard out on the road who probably someone who's pretty good. So he either stole it or he killed someone.
Well, that's a bucket of dead ends.
Would anyone like this firearm, by the way?
You're welcome to keep it, man. You've earned it.
Yeah. Viatelli will mention it. Maybe it's something that Tally would find useful because it does kind of fit his vibe. I don't know whether he actually knows how to use it, but it does fit his vibe.
It is his vibe. That's true. Hey, it's a gift. It's a Christmas gift.
By the way, Princess, what's that look in your eye? No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
It's ranged bopping.
Can't touch iron, but we can sure touch lead.
This is straight silver.
Steel and lead, baby.
I'd put the bandolier on myself and or the holster and I'll hold on to it until we see him again.
Yeah, it's very much like a pirate bandolier. It's not like an under the arm thing. It's across your chest.
That's where all my other pocket things. Makes sense.
Sick.
Can I meant to do this earlier. Can I put the stone in my shoe?
No, it is far too big. You're a 3
It's too
foot.
big.
You're a 3 foot tall.
2 foot.
Excuse me. You're a 2 foot tall fairy. This stone that fits comfortably in the palm of a hand of a normal human. Your foot's not fitting in there.
Oh,
I don't even think it's fitting in by itself.
can I hide it under my skirts?
If she was flying over people, would people be able to see it?
How are you hiding it under your skirts?
With
I don't want to know. Actually, don't tell.
Eagles.
I'm just gonna say no. It's far too big.
Oh man.
Does she want a pouch to put it in as a necklace under her armor?
Oh, that's a very reasonable idea. Absolutely.
Well, you
Do you have a
folks
pouch?
sort that. I need just a minute, and Diatelli will kneel there at the dock with his sort of laid out in front of him, and he's just going to dip his head and spend a minute.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'll take a. Darwin will go over, and I do have vials this time. Take a sample of the Kenku blood.
Sick, but I'm into it. Okay, fantastic. You go over. You find a little bit of blood left over on the ground from where the body was taken away, and yeah, you fill yourself a little vial, a little Kenku blood. Very good. Yeah, okay, great. So what's the plan here with the stone? You're hiding in the pouch?
Yeah.
You're like a pouch that's attached to a necklace that goes around and is under her armor.
I don't think it's going under her armor.
Not even under. Okay, what if it was like tied to my thigh?
But think of it as
The
like a
pouch.
force-tall Dragon Ball. You could put it on top of your hat,
It's a big one.
or you could
That's
eat
the
it.
size of the stone. Okay, I think I gotta go over here.
What's the size of the stone?
Look, this is the size. Look, this is the size of the stone. The phone. Anyone of you pick up your phone. Pick up your phone.
Yep.
It is like an oval stone that size.
It's
And-
huge.
Now, and as for Selena's size, your forearm's about 1 foot. All right, 2 of those. That's how big Selena is. I don't think that's going on her body somewhere conspicuous.
Okay, maybe Darwin. You don't sleep much, right?
No, well, I've been somewhat dreaming recently. It's been very weird.
Well, can we do the nice same plan of putting it under his armor, maybe?
I could try putting it inside myself. Yes.
You want to like insert the stone?
I'm not
into
I'm not
Well, like, I
trying
have,
to
like,
insert. I'm not
hollow-
trying to insert it or whatever.
No, I
I'm
am.
saying-
I
I
was
don't
gonna say
like.
the second
I
he
am,
said
like,
he
I
started
was-
to dream, I'm visibly concerned.
The AI is like, I actually want stop.
No, like I can make because I can like mold my armor and body and integrate things. I could probably like force myself to have like a hollow area that I can then close around.
I'm sorry, what you
I have like integrated body armor, so like I can
Uh-huh.
integrate new armor into myself, which implies that I have like a malleable form, especially with like my tinkering tools and artificing and stuff like that. So it's something probably not right now, but when we get back and give me like a night, I could, over the course of a long rest or something, create like a compartment or
So-
something that I can
yeah.
put
Just to
under
be
armor.
clear, you're trying to sell me that your armor that you assimilate into your body, attached to your body, has a cavity big enough for cell phone.
It's
I
not
could fit a
unthinkable.
printer into my own body beforehand.
You can fit a creature inside your body.
No, I fit that printer that I got from the monk in the cogs. He ripped it out of his own body and gave it to me. So that implies that I can incorporate like things like this.
Well, I thought it was like attached to the side, like it's added, not. I'm unfortunately not going to let you guys to gut yourselves, form cavities in your body, and insert stones into your palms. I'm sorry. Call me a bad deal.
Okay.
I don't think I can.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
It
Let's.
would probably be inconvenient at some point.
Okay. Well, let's
Yeah,
keep it
hard
in.
to move. I'll tell you what. You know what, Darwin? I'll tell you what. You can do this. I will allow you to take some essential parts of your abdomen out, and you can insert the stone there instead. But I'm going to give you disadvantage on all dexterity and strength based. You know, Constitution too. That makes sense. So all physical ability checks will be a disadvantage as long as it's stone in it.
I'm good. I don't need to do that.
Okay. Let's.
Okay, cool.
Do you want?
Cool.
Okay, last idea. It's important that we hide the stone.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It is.
Cool.
Can I hide it under the bow on my princess dress? There's a
The
bow on
bow
her back.
on your princess dress.
Mhm.
Is it? Would it stay there?
I will tell you what. Mostly because I'm so sick of this conversation. Say that it's about 3 inches. You can, but your bow is going to be about 3 inches off the back of your body.
But if it's like this, maybe
So that's going to be your butt. And that's going to be your bow.
I'll
Okay.
have it this way.
Let's. I say, what if we stick?
Circular.
Why are you making it so hard to let us hide a stone?
Because I said you could. I said you could do it.
But that's not hidden.
Let's just keep it in
It's
your
a
backpack,
large
okay?
stone, dude. Yeah, you're right. No, you know
Can we
what?
keep-
I'm a dick,
Okay,
right?
what
I
if we take a few months, make a similar compartment to the Percy
Okay.
Jackson shield in my shield, we
got
hide it in there.
Okay, I
Here's
say
what's
we.
gonna happen.
I
Here's what's
say
gonna
we
happen.
put it.
Some
I say
guy with salt and pepper hair, with a huge house can of dragon mark across his body is walking by. And he says, "Hey, artificer, why don't you create a compartment inside of the Warhammer to lock it inside of the Warhammer? How about that?" And then walks away.
Let's do that.
I love a hidey hole in my hammer.
It would be a good idea. Doran, do you think you could cook that up?
Oh, sorry, I was answering like a text.
Salt and pepper haired House Kenneth member was walking by and says, "Oh, yeah, looking to hide something? Well, why don't you do your artificer stuff and create a compartment inside the little lady's hammer that writes there? Why don't you? Thanks a lot. Have a good day." And he just walked off.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
There.
Thanks, Kenneth, dude.
You're welcome. As Merrick's to Kenneth walks up.
Oh, boy.
That was, and then like I get really sad.
But yeah, that sounds like a good plan. How long would it take you to make compartments?
I could probably do it over a night. I'll need to make the right tools first, but I believe I have the correct proficiencies. Yeah, I have like
As
smith's
long as you're
tools.
proficient- yeah, if you got
Yeah.
spits or tinkers, that'll allow.
Yeah. But it would probably take me like a long rest to do it, but I'll defer.
Yeah. You basically just would have to like cut it in half, create a cavity, like a opening on the inside, make a sealed hatch, and like a cushion on the inside so it doesn't get destroyed. And
Right.
you're good. So it's just Wouldn't be too hard. Take the flowers.
Just glue it to the end.
Or just go to the end.
You know, so when you bop them, you bop people with the rock.
Yeah. Or just
Ooh.
attach a stick to the stone and just play it off as your hammer.
I'll attach a chain to the stone and attach the other end of that chain to the end of your hammer, so now it's a hammer flail.
Yeah.
It's like Darth Maul lightsaber, except bad. Except not good.
The most convoluted thing
Whoa,
possible.
it's a two-sided bludgeoning weapon.
So, while we're down here at the docks, do we want to look into whatever this dragon mystery is?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, the dragon down on the docks. Yeah, let's check that. Let's do that.
I believe we had a report that they saw some glittering bronze down in the water, like in the seabed in a certain area.
Yeah, I remember that. Do you remember where they pointed it towards?
How big was the area they indicated?
You were referred to Deepwater Harbor here on Cliffside. They say that a few sailors caught wind of the creature, this bronze dragon. You were told to confront the dragon and learn its intentions.
But I thought earlier today when we were investigating around the harbor, like the first people said something about seeing some bronze or gold sparkles under the water.
Yeah, and that was at Deepwater Harbor.
Okay.
So, do any of you know what dragons eat?
People.
Or that's less useful? Though I suppose we could feed them a kinku.
Well, they took the bodies away. They're not just like leaving
Oh.
bodies laying around. The
Well, the other one
streets of
jumped in the
Sharn.
water. Well, the other one jumped in the water. Let's see if the dragon eats that.
What does Selena know about dragons?
Like so much. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Oh no. I guess
One.
zero.
You know that all dragons are mean, ferocious beasts who breathe fire and take princesses and put them in towers, and they can only be slain by heroic brave knights or fairy princesses.
That's it. That's how we lure the dragon out. We have a fairy princess.
This plan might
You're
work.
right. Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go underwater with the breathe water potions, and try to lure it out with the fairy princess. Might work.
And then we kill a dragon.
Oh well, we figure out what it wants, of course. But yeah, maybe if it's really nasty, yeah, maybe we kill it.
Not all dragons are mean and nasty. Didn't you hear my monologue?
Just like, have you ever met a dragon?
Sure,
you
I
definitely
have.
have met dragons. You've slain dragons, like really big ones.
Yeah, of course I've met dragons before, haven't you?
No, I haven't actually. This will be my first time.
Well, they are really cool, and it's kind of neat being called a dragon slayer.
Does anyone else know anything about dragons?
Does anyone want to roll an nature check?
I'll try. All right, what do you got?
I have not good nature, so go for it.
A +4.
Yeah, +3.
A 15.
You know that there are many varieties of dragons, and their natures are somewhat dependent on what color they represent. There's no telling if one is monstrously evil or a paragon of good. There's no telling, like, if they're good or bad based on their color, but you can tell something about their inclinations, their nature, where they like to make their habitats, what they're capable of. But they're known to be able to breathe a range of elements through their breath weapons. They all have the power of flight, all have breath weapons of some kind of element, all are strong, and all are infamously hard to slow down. They're also very vain creatures, very greedy creatures.
Which is why having a present would be handy. But, if we have a fairy princess that we can offer, then, present achieved.
Yeah.
Are we confident we could take a dragon?
Well, maybe we try to figure out what it wants first, and maybe come back later and try to kill it.
As a reminder, your job was to learn of its intentions. It wasn't to.
Okay, so okay, good.
Investigate, not eradicate. There is a difference.
Exactly. Yeah,
we were paid to eradicate this fool.
Yeah. We were paid to find it, speak to it, confront it, and learn of its intentions. That is, you guys are the hostage
Dragon
negotiators.
Whisperers.
You're the Dragon Whisperers. That's right. You're not there to borrow this.
Okay, then I like the idea of a gift, but it should probably be a real one, not one that will bonk it.
And that's fair. I have no idea what they like. Why I went with food. Everything eats.
I mean, Darwin doesn't eat. No offense, Darwin.
None taken.
He survives on knowledge. He eats. He just derives sustenance from something that you don't.
I feel seen.
Darwin, if you ever want, I have many a scroll in my bag from traveling, if you've ever like some different reading.
I would very much like that.
No problem.
Are we going to Deepwater Harbor? What are we doing?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. You made it to Deepwater Harbor. You look into the dark waters here at nighttime, and what do?
Do you see any disturbances on the water?
Yeah, you see plenty of waves, but it is
Okay.
nighttime, and thus the waters are dark.
Do I have dark? I have dark vision to 120 feet. How far down can I see?
Well, I think this is less about like darkness in and of itself, more about obscurity, because water is hard, or light is hard time traveling through water. So I'm going to say you have about 100 feet of sight. Make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. 5.
Some dark water. Maybe catch a couple little tiny fish deep down into the water, but that's fine.
Do any of you speak their language?
Good call. No, I do not.
Nor do I.
I mean, I only know Common and Goblin. Elena Benrig.
I do not. I only speak the language of the dwarves and common.
Okay. We all have our water breathing potions.
Okay,
Wow.
drink all of your potions. So you're going in the water.
Yes, that's my idea.
Let's move this along. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's smooth. Yeah, but let's move. Like,
okay, you guys drink your
let's chug.
potions. You hop into the water.
mhm.
Great. All right, you guys are now in the water. Why don't we roll a little survival or investigation check from somebody to see if you can find the dragon?
As a group.
Nope. One of you can take the lead. One of you can have
I'll
advantage.
do investigation. I got a hot one.
Okay.
Yeah. Go, Darwin.
11.
11. All right, you look around. You're looking around. There's not a lot of light down here, so it's hard to see. Does anybody have any light they'd like to put for this investigation?
Selena tries to light a torch, but then she remembers she's underwater.
See her in the corner, like desperately trying to light her flint and not knowing what's going on underwater.
No, she only tries once, and then she's a little embarrassed and tries to like put it away as fast as she can. Yeah.
Benrig. Benrig.
Yeah, heard you the first time, Nero.
Okay.
I do. I just don't know if it persists.
Which one is it?
I don't know. Radiance of the Dawn, Divine Spark.
You have a cantrip, perhaps?
I don't. No, definitely not.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Darwin, roll me one more. We're going to call this a disadvantage because you guys can't see and have no sources of light.
8.
8. Okay. You guys are going to spend some time looking around. It's very hard to see. But eventually, you guys are going to come upon a... Let's see here. You do find this one... You go a little deeper under the water, and you find this shipwreck. It is covered in barnacles down at the bottom, at like kind of the deepest part of the actual harbor before like really getting beyond what we consider the harbor. You're going to see movement. Just the vaguest shape. There's no light down here, so it's very hard to see. It's just kind of like black in shapes a little bit and feeling around, really. But you do see this like entity move, and in the darkness, you do see like this long, slithering reptilian creature sort of moving around the shipwreck, sort of swimming, again, very serpentine through the water. Its wings sort of folded into itself, but it does sort of like perch in the water, and you can see like this kind of you feel like tingle in the water as you see lightning sort of like circulate around its teeth, and just for a second you get a flash of this bronze face with leering serpentine eyes looking at you under the water, and you know you've come face to face with this very large dragon. It's probably like 15, it would be like 15 foot tall with its head fully raised. It's a big dragon with the power of lightning. It seems to breathe water comfortably, and you hear its maw open. It goes, "How are you all breathing underwater? That's I've never seen anything like that. How are you?" "Oh, yes." "Welcome. I am Xelathon. The egregious. You have come into my realm, and you must pay the toll. Yes, show me your shinies now if you want to live. Or terrible things will happen to you if you don't pay up."
How do you know how to talk?
"I am a dragon of great wisdom and power, and I know a great deal. I know the tongues of my forebears and your silly Eberron tongue as well."
Cool. So, what you doing here?
"I am here taking your loot. Yes, pay tribute, or face the consequences. Yeah."
How much is this guy really like threatening to kill us?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I have one inspiration, so I'm gonna use that. Insights. It's because I rolled a 1. Hardly any better. 5.
Nero, just like back in the Grauhund Villa, you are in a panic of fear. This is a dragon in its natural habitat. It has the power of lightning. Lightning and water don't mix well. You are certain that you are going to die if you don't pay this creature some tribute. You are certain in your bones.
Anyone else wants to take a try?
Oh,
I
great
am.
and powerful beast.
Yes, you.
Xiphons, the magnificent and terrible.
Yes.
We bring little in the way of shiny, but we do bring a fairy princess.
Oh, what? A fairy princess?
Hi, that's me. I'm Selena Dewdrop, fairy princess of the summer court.
Oh, that's cool. Cool. What do you mean you're bringing her up? You're gonna let? Oh, no, I'm not so hungry today as to eat a whole princess, as tiny as she is. Nobility, it's hard on the stomach. Yes, I much prefer gold and shiny things. I can tell you must have much on you. I mean, look at you. You've got swords and armor and such. You must have coin. Yes, yes, give me your coins. I have a very sensitive digestive system. Royalty doesn't sit well with me. I'm allergic.
Benrick, what do you think about all this?
Nero, you are terrified.
I'm hiding behind
terrified.
Benrick. Well,
He's going to kill you if you don't give him money.
But I'm hiding behind Benrick. Benrick, I think maybe you should give him the money.
Yes, Benrick, you should give me the money. He does a little lightning around his teeth.
Perhaps you would be willing to trade a piece of information for a piece of information in lieu of money. But the information that we can share is about a great deal of money.
I'm really just what do you want to know?
Why have you come here? You haven't always been here.
No, I have not always been here. But there are sunken vessels, and they sometimes have shiny things. I do so desire shiny things. Yes. Yes, so there. Yes, I have given you some information. Now, you must give me, come on, some shiny. You must. Look, he's built of shiny things, and points at Darwin.
I pulled Owen back behind Benrick as well.
You can't hide him. It's too late. I have seen his shininess and gold value on the open market.
Well, I promised you information. There is within the city adjacent to your ship, there is a hidden treasure of 500,000 platinum coins.
Wow, holy shit. You will get me this coin. Or your city. Oh, I have such bigger friends that we will storm your city if you do not bring me the gold. Yes, and you should also come on, just give me a little something right now.
I reach into my pack and hand Nero the money to hand to Benrick. 10 gold.
I'll add another 10.
Yes, good. Yeah.
I'll throw in 3 gold pieces, 2 silver pieces, and 33 copper pieces.
Oh, you're cheap. I can tell.
That's what I got. That's what I got. Spare change, man.
Benrig will just add 5 gold pieces and just hand it to the dragon. Secure it to him or something.
Yep. He'll just take it in his hand. It's this
Okay,
massive
yeah.
taloned hand.
Yeah.
He goes, yes, good. He's like
Enough.
taking it all. Yes. Ah, good. You may leave my kingdom alive and tell the tale.
Celadon,
Oh, yeah.
you wished us to procure this other treasure on your behalf. If we are going to be your servants,
Huh?
we require direction and probably assistance.
Oh.
What direction and assistance can you provide us? We are lesser beings with feeble bodies and minds in comparison to your dread natural form. So
yeah. It is true. You are feeble and small and not smart. I understand this. You require direction. You're looking for gold. I recommend a magnet. Yes. Go into our city and find the device known as a magnet. And if you sort of move it around the ground, sometimes it'll catch up loose coins. And maybe you might find a little trail. Yes, and maybe they'll lead you there. That's a good one. But not for that much gold. You must seek out. I've got a good one. Seek out the greedy people of your land. Yes, seek out the most greedy, low-life scum, and surely their coffers are stored with this gold, and you will find it. And yes, bring it to me, and you can have some for yourself too if you bring it to me. I am nothing if not a generous master. You know what? Take like most of it. You find it. In fact, okay, maybe half and half. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You find half. Bring me half. Find the greedy people. Take it from them. Good job. You may live to tell that you met me, Zelifar.
The egregious.
Yes, that's right. The egregious. It's gonna make a show of slinking back down to the sunken barnacle ship, and then you can kind of hear very faintly, like, one gold, two gold. Oh. And he's like playing with his phones and stuff. Shit. At this point, I'm going to say anyone with who's got a passive insight of 13, including you, Nero.
I've only got an 11 for insight.
Okay,
Selena has a 13.
17.
13. Darwin and Viatel, you don't know what to make of him. Nero, you're certain he's evil through and through. But Benrig and Selena, you're like, he's harmless. He's
a little shithead. That's why I was like, here, 5 gold.
Yeah, he's a little shithead, and chances are he'd be more likely to help out somebody in danger than actually hurt them. He's got a good heart of a little bit of a shitheadedness and a weakness for coin.
Somewhat for redistributing the wealth, so didn't feel so bad.
Yeah. At least you'll know that he'll take great pleasure from the coin given. It's not gone to waste as far as entertainment value goes.
And at least we can answer the question now.
Yeah, that's sure. All right. With that, you exit the water, and you kind of get out of the water and kind of uncomfortably like breathe out like a liter of water from your mouth as it had filled your lungs. A little uncomfortable, but not painful for a moment. And then you're good to continue your adventures. The day has sort of come to a close.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to warm my clothing. It's not so cold getting out of there.
The clothing is warmer than it was.
How late is it?
Late enough that the sun's gone down. Not too long ago.
Well, that's two things we've knocked off the list.
Hopefully the doppelgangers will give us a better path forward tomorrow, because today was an absolute loser for coming up with a thread to chase. But you know, it will hopefully get us paid. So that's something else.
Yeah.
I need to get back and get into something dry. So let's get this slog over with.
All
I'll
right.
Ooh, I can't wait to get started on this hammer.
Incredible with the oh yep. Go ahead.
yeah, as I'm gonna
Yes.
hold on. Yeah, hold on. No, wait, that's not what I wanted. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Um,
With the power of Nero's, because of Nero's superpower of being an orphan, you guys may get half an hour across the wards and make your way back to Terminus Station. Nothing bad happens to you along the way, and everything. The club's bumping when you get back. The music's going. The barkeeps are doing their thing. All manner of strange individuals and mostly a younger Siren crowd are piled into your club and enjoying a good time. When you get there, there is going to be you're going to see Sephia Melreich is present. Before we get to that, I want to make a reminder to you about something.
To who?
So, to you. You have a meeting tomorrow at High Sun. Just as a reminder. Outside of the largest temple to the Sovereign Host is what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. You get back to your home, and you're going to be greeted by the same face you saw this morning. You're going to see Sephia and her crew of 3. Sephria Melreich is going to be present. She's going to say, "Hey, as you asked, we have some very good news. The Castellanters were very happy to hear of your report and wish to extend their gratitude about, extending your information, whatever. Sorry, I'm not really. Anyway, as for the horse that died, I did look into that. It was some Voromar crony who gave the order. Apparently, he's been arrested. Killed the horse. The guy who killed the horse has been arrested, and the guy who gave the order has been arrested.
That's great news. Do you know who they are?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know who did the actual killing. They wouldn't tell me that, but they did. I kind of got out of them. His name was like Star Song or something.
I'll talk with the King's Guard in the morning. I've got to deliver the news about the exile.
Yeah,
I'll see if we can't get an interview, Selena, if
Sure.
that's what you want.
Yeah, an interview, and she cracks her knuckles.
It was definitely an agent of the Voromar clan. It goes by Stars. That's what we were able to find.
Star sign. Got it. Well,
He's
thank
been
you.
arrested for multiple charges.
I want to, when Selena cracks her knuckles about interview, what's the reaction from the priestess of the Silver Flame?
Her reaction is make me an insight check.
May I also do this, being of the Silver Flame?
I'm gonna say this is the
Oh,
Italian.
it's a.
Is
It's like a mental
Apparently,
thing.
I
So
can't read cultists. Got a 5.
5.
Fucking cultists.
You're like, oh, maybe like after the fact, you're like, oh, I wish I, damn it, I should have had an eye
Paid
out. And
attention.
you kind of should, yeah, but you missed it, unfortunately, whatever the reaction might have been. She says, so, is there anything else you want us to do? Or we could just hang around the bar? Whatever you want. Just let us know.
Yeah.
We can
Enjoy
do
some time off. Thank you for the information.
All right, if you're sure. We can be
Um,
more helpful than. But yeah, whatever. All right, guys, let's go get a drink, and they will wander off into the bar.
I'm gonna do. Are Jenks and Squidly still here?
Yeah, they've got nowhere else to go. So yeah, they're here.
I'm gonna head up and check in on them.
Okay, you head up and check in on them. I'm gonna roll to see if they're here actually, because I don't know why they just stayed here. Yeah, they seem to be here. You go upstairs to check in on them. They're asleep. It's late. They're kids. Been through a lot.
Yeah, they're all asleep.
2 of them are tucked in asleep.
I'm just gonna leave a note saying, "Hey, you're always welcome here, no matter what. You always get food in here, no matter what." By Mr. Nero. Yeah, that's what I signed it as.
Sure. No problem.
I just grab a drink and I just
Sulk a bit.
and then I'm gonna try to choose to like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go out, try to go out. If it's still early enough in the night, I'm gonna try to talk to Remus if I can.
Sure. You go out looking for Remus. Make me a. He's probably out in Dura, so it takes about a half hour. You walk over there and roll to see how things go for you.
Roll a d20.
No, something's gonna happen to you first as you're out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're walking around Lower Dura, and yeah, it's gone. Okay. You go down this alleyway, and you see this team of halflings kind of like waiting for you in the alley as you're like walking down the street. Or actually, they kind of walk out into this. Well, you take back streets. You're an urchin. That's how you go around so fast.
Yeah.
Because you're taking this one back street. You kind of go down a street. You don't like the feel of it. Turn around. You find that you're kind of closed in this alley. There is 2 really ripped looking halflings standing on either end of the street. And this one kind of pushes through him. Bare shirt. He's definitely got a big old mark of the Boromar clan on his shoulder. He's covered in tats. He's actually got like a scar over his eye, like a 3-claw scar over his eye. One of his eyes is blind. He's got a beard that comes down to like, it holds a ring on the very end. A little salt and pepper. The guy's like bulky, strong looking. These are like three big motherfuckers of halflings. He goes, you're one of those platinum watch bastards, aren't you?
Why do you ask?
We heard that you acquired something recently. You and your kind, huh?
It was like we acquire a lot of stuff. What do you want to know?
Well, we want it, and you're gonna give it to us.
How about this? What's your name?
Wouldn't you like to?
Feels like I'd like to know. Why not?
We're not playing games, boy. Tell us where the stone is, or we're gonna break your bones.
I'm gonna start taking my jacket off, and I'm gonna show off the Bormar clank tattoo.
Yes. Huh. Well, this certainly speeds things up.
How about you? How about you slide along and let me get on my way?
You think you're gonna flash a tattoo and walk away from all of this? Is that it, boy? Last chance. I don't like to ask more than once, but I'm making an exception for your pretty tattoo that you look like you recently got. Looks a little infected too.
I put my jacket back on, full sleeve down and everything.
One last time. Where's the stone?
Okay. How many are there again, Ryan?
There's 4 of them, not including the lieutenant.
4 of them. Okay. The one in the one in charge, large and in charge, the one I've been talking to. I'm gonna use my subtle spell, meta magic.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast suggestion on him.
Well, here's the thing. Suggestion works that you say something to them. You say a suggestion.
Okay.
So the good news, so the bad news is like you can't subtle spell. The good news is that the spell kind of hides itself.
Okay.
It just sounds like you're making a suggestion.
Okay. I suggest you and you guys start leaving before things get ugly. And keep walking until dawn.
The other 4 guys just burst out laughing. But I will do the check for the lieutenant here. He's got to pull out his block real quick. Let's see here. Last thing is out. Oh, so I'm scrambling a little bit here.
It's okay.
Oh. Okay. We're just use this. Let's see here. Wisdom save, yeah?
Yeah, 14.
14. He is just going to turn around and start walking. They're all like, and he just inexplicably turns around and starts walking. What? Like, hey, where are you going?
You see your boss?
I'll allow you to make a intimidation check.
Okay, hang on. 14.
14. One of them says, "Go check on. You go check on him. Rest of us, let's beat the fuck out of this guy. Roll machine."
Okay.
So yeah, you have reduced it down to 3 people, which is certainly better than 5.
Okay. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, it's not looking good for old Nero.
What'd you get?
1, so 3.
Well, they don't beat you by much, but they do indeed beat you.
Of course.
Okay. Where are you, Nero? There you are. All right, here we go. They're gonna walk down the alley up to you all at once with advantage. They're gonna just take out maces, like pretty ugly looking maces, and they're gonna just start beating the shit out of you. They'll all have advantage because of pack tactics. First guy is modified 20. Second guy is 22. The third guy is 17 to hit. Was all hit?
Yeah, hold on. The first 2 hit, the second one is shield.
Okay. Shield 1 bounces off the magic shield. You're going to take 5. You're going to take 7. You're going to take 12 points of damage. Between the two. Smashed. I want you to roll me 2 con saves to see if you maintain concentration.
Okay. $12.
Okay.
15.
Sweet. You hold concentration. These two guys just... Yeah, this guy got like... He just walked like about 30 feet. He's just going to keep walking another 30 feet. But he got over to here. He's trying to... Or he'll dash up to him and be like, what's going on, boss? Okay, what do you do, Nero?
Okay, hold on. Let me double check some stuff about the shadow source. So just double checking some features I got here. Okay.
All right, this is more of a narrative thing that's happening, so we don't need to. No.
Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to. Okay. After I take all those hits, I'm going to cast out. I'm going to use my my feature for a quicken spell.
Okay. What do you cast?
To cast invisibility as a bonus action, and I'm going to use my
How are you casting invisibility? I'm looking at your
quicken.
sheet. You're out of second level spell slots.
No, I'm not.
I'm staring at your sheet.
I only have 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I haven't refreshed since yesterday. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
So you
Okay, cool.
cast invisibility.
Yeah, I'm using my first second level spell. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself as a bonus action, and use my disengage feature as an action to move away.
Okay. You go 5. You run like 25 feet down this way. This guy is no longer under suggestion anymore. It goes, wait a fucking second. Is there anything else?
I'm just going to keep moving.
Okay. They're going to run after you.
Well, I'm invisible now, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they can hear your footsteps, though, as you're running away.
Okay.
So they're going to run around. They go like, I think he's here. Over here. This guy's going to say, wait, I don't know what the fuck I was doing running away. That's so dumb of me. And he's going to... Dash goes, he's probably a fucking magic user. 20 here. He's going to... Nice connection to the board. Okay, I'm just going to do the... Oh, still trying to get it back. Okay, I'm just going to do the Boromar attacks. These are going to be straight rolls because they have pack tactics, but invisibility cancels that out.
Okay.
One's going to miss horribly. One's going to be 21 to hit. And the last one's going to be 15.
The last one I'll use shield again.
Got it. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. So that guy dash. He's going to use his last to get over to here. He is going to just throw throw a dagger in your general direction. Disadvantage. That's going to be 17 to hit.
The shield's still up, so miss.
Okay. And 40, 20, what do you do?
I'm just gonna like dash.
I want you to make a con save to see if you're still invisible.
Okay. 8.
8. So you are no longer invisible. You're gonna just dash away.
Yeah, dash.
Okay, you can't get through them, so you're gonna run this way.
I thought that was an open spot I was running towards.
Nope, there is a guy standing in the way. All right, you're on 20 feet this way. We're all gonna get opportunity attacks on you. That's gonna be pack tactics for this guy. 15, 15. That's gonna be 17 to hit.
Shield one last time.
Okay, this guy will miss. This guy will roll a natural 20. We'll deal with those first and foremost. That's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Next guy's going to do 10 points of bludgeoning damage on the crit. This guy's got his scimitar out. He's going to take a attack. Use you run by with a scimitar. It's going to miss. You got 10 more feet, so you get to about here as you're running away.
Okay.
What?
So
you want to just dash?
So, yeah, dash. So that was 10 in total.
Yep. Well, no, that was 30 feet. You do another 30 feet here. Bonus action?
10 damage in total.
No, that was 10, and then I think the first attack was like 3 damage. We'll just say that.
Well, okay, that takes me down to 0, but I activate my Strength of the Grave feature.
Great. Okay, you run down to the end of the alley. Is there a bonus action?
Yeah, but hold on, bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Oh, make a charisma save. You gotta make a charisma save.
Okay, hold on.
For Strength of the Grave.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Bonus action?
Yeah, quicken spell invisibility.
All right. This guy's gonna run over to you. This guy's gonna run 30 feet to here. The rest of these guys are just gonna dash to surround you again. This guy's just gonna throw two disadvantage, or just one disadvantage dagger at you again. Completely misses, and this guy will have a straight roll against you. That's gonna be it's gonna be a 20 modifier.
Yeah, that hits. I'm out.
All right, and with that, you're clubbed. You lose consciousness, and the last thing you feel is just you being beat the fuck up in the ground.
Yeah.
And you lose consciousness as they just beat you into the dirt. You're going to wake up. Your pockets have been rifled through. Let's see here. They took 11 gold off you.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. What is... Oh, actually, back at the ranch, while you guys are there, we'll make a little roll for it. Darwin. This Orion messenger comes up to you, and he says, "This is for you, sir. From someone called Leora? I don't know what that means, but for you. Have a good day."
Thank you. I open it.
Would you be so kind as to share the message that has been sent to this group from the other game?
Yes, give me 1 second. I don't necessarily have
take
it
your time,
immediately in front of me.
I know
No
what
worries,
this
I'll tell
is.
I gotta jump.
Take your time. Well, I've got Eric trying to wrangle that up. Is there anything else anyone wants to do around the club tonight before turning in?
I'll check in with Elaine.
Elaine. Yeah, you see Elaine at the bar, just like orange shots, flaring, going crazy at the bar. His afterlife seems awesome. He's having a great time. The bar's just like going off. You have like the most strangest individuals working at your bar, and people love it.
And it works. And it works.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just pat him on the back, give him guidance, so he just does like maybe an extra little flair or something. Just wanted to check
Absolutely.
in. Everything been okay? Any rabble that is to be concerned about?
Oh, well, there's always rabble, sir, but let's see if anything's happened tonight of grand interest.
Yeah.
No significant events. But Mr. Kalen is always bringing in his compatriots, his friends, to come lounging around. They're always a good sort.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you very much. Make sure that they are treated well. I know you would, obviously, but Mr. Irlantar has been quite well to us.
Of course, sir. Completely understand. I will ensure that they've got as many bevies as they require.
Perfect. Yeah.
I've found it.
All right. Beautiful. If that's all, Benrick, we'll swap back over.
To the owners of the Palatine Rest, parentheses, Platinum Rest. I was recently in Sharn and heard various rumors about your facility at Terminus Station. I was given to understand that the decor is very Syri forward. I would like to know if you have contacts for Syrian history. I'd be willing to pay a finder's fee for introductions to those individuals and a bonus should they prove helpful in my area of research. Sincerely, Viceroy Boasana Civis de Leora, Esquire.
This wasn't the one or from the same person I just got, right?
That is the letter you just received.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You can do with that what you will.
Shady. Kind of.
If you wish, you can roll a little history check to see what's going on here.
17.
17. You know that there's been like this whole drama out in Ondare about how there's this new dragon-marked house that's coming out. Nobody's really sure if it's real or not, but the Korenberg Chronicle's been talking about it a lot lately, and this person seems to be holding the name of that supposed house, Leora, and it is like officially stamped somewhat. You could be convinced that this is legitimate.
True.
Seeking out Syrian relics and artifacts. Sounds like there'd be a nice finder's fee for you if you were to put in contact with your people. Yeah. Okay, so that could be the night. You may all head to bed, and you can all get a long rest. Save you, Nero. You're gonna wake up at 1 hit point, the point of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. At what?
You're gonna have 1 point of exhaustion and 1 hit point when you wake up.
Okay, okay, oh. Okay, don't know where. Okay, yeah, here's exile. Okay, got it. Thanks.
What would you like to do today?
Do I still wake up in the down
We're
down
gonna.
door?
Are you gonna go back to the place?
Well, since I couldn't find my buddy, I guess I just
Okay.
bring my way up.
Okay, start walking back. All of you will note Nero's not around. You guys saw him leave, but he's not around. But is there, you might be out shopping or something. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you wait up?
We're turning those quests before we go to our apartment.
Well, we can, but I'd like Nero to be with us. So, let's just give him a little bit until he gets here.
Okay.
I would like to call a house meeting when Nero gets back. I've got a very important topic I'd like to discuss with you all.
Okay. Does Darwin and Bendrig share the letter details?
Yeah, I assumed.
I would, and my cultural understanding of it. Maybe someone would know better, but
A viceroy.
yes.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah,
Very
you would just clearly know, Benrig. A viceroy is like the second highest title you can hold in a Dragonmark house. That's basically the council of individuals who elects the Baron.
Damn. Yeah, very high. One thing though that does concern me is I know Talenta's been off doing some stuff, but I think this isn't something I would like to consider without asking him first.
Absolutely. That's close to his heart and hearth, and I'm kind of I'm with you that it's until he finds his way up out of the bottle that he's in. Until we have reason to suspect otherwise, then we'll wait for his return. What I'm personally wondering is what about I had my own reasons for walking out of the castle lanterns, but what about that situation set him off such that, he just up and vanished. I kind of get the impression that he was maybe looking for a bottle to drown in. Not to put too fine a point onto it. And to spend, a couple 2-3 days at the bottom of a cup is a lot. Based on what little I know of the man. Should we be going to look for him?
We can plan an intervention for when he comes back.
I think that's probably a fair idea.
Nero walks in at this time, covered in dirt and dried blood and a broken nose and all that shit.
What
to fix
the fuck?
Holy crap, Nero!
I cast prestidigitation on myself to clean myself up before going in properly, I guess.
All right, he comes in not covered in dirt and blood, but with cutlet, black eye, like yellow sore on his neck, like has clearly had the crap.
Okay. Channel Divinity Divine Spark 1d8 plus 5.
Okay. That's okay. 1d8 plus 5 I have 7.
Yeah, I rolled 7 too, but whatever. So yeah.
13. Okay.
Here. Also, Alondra bless, and yeah, Alondra will just be the healing word first level.
Thanks.
10.
I went down to Duro last night to talk to a friend of mine. Walked down the wrong alley. I'll be okay.
I was going to say you need a different class of friends, because that's not friendly.
Different class of friends. This wasn't my friend for the record.
I'm aware when you said you walked down the wrong alley.
If it's okay by all you, I'm just gonna skip out today if that's all right.
That's fine. Did you get a look at who did it?
Just some punks. All this. You know the thing that like, and he suddenly gets annoyed. Like all this fucking magic I have, I'm still some dog from Dora. Just, he has a shot of whiskey before he goes into his room.
Can I insight check Nero?
Sure,
See.
make an insight check.
That is gonna be a 9.
Do I roll deception or something?
No, do not.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you: are you trying to either hide or relay something about your mood?
He feels weirdly angry at himself more than anything else.
Well, that's not what I'm asking. Are you trying to show that you're feeling a certain way, or are you trying to hide that you're feeling a certain way? Or neither?
Neither. I'll say neither. I'll let you
Okay.
handle it.
Then, Benrig, you see that he looks down. As far as you can tell, he just looks kind of downtrodden and pissed off that he got beat up.
No worries. Nero, if you'd like, I can cast some mending cantrips for a couple minutes and help fix your clothes. It's no problem at all.
Left for like free and everything?
Of course.
Sure, why not?
No problem. Let's go have a drink, and I'll do that quick, and then you can have a rest.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and I'll just go and mend the stitches, make it so that the collar is a collar again, and try and make it into some semblance of nice clothing again.
Yeah, mending is a lot more effective than stitching. It's a lot more finer. So while there are when you really get a good look at it, you can see where the seam doesn't match. It largely looks like it's been repaired to the naked eye, unless under decent scrutiny.
Yep. And then once that's done, I'll just return with everyone.
And I'll head to bed.
Sweet. So Selena, you may have your meeting, as it seems that Duskfall does not want to be a part of it.
Yeah, he's in kind of bad shape. We need to not let him go out alone at night. Particularly if he's gonna head into the rough part of town.
Yeah, bad luck, that one.
So, what important information do you have to share?
Oh, yes. So I wanted to call a house meeting because, well, I've really been missing home and especially my mom. I've been missing my mom a lot. Queen Titania is really, really great. And it's just been so long since I've seen her. And so I'm having a hard time. And I've been swearing my oaths to all these allegiances lately, all these factions. And, well, I really should be swearing an oath to my mom because she's the coolest of them all. And she's what, really truly holds my heart. And so, anyway, I just wanted to get everyone together so I can swear an oath to Titania. So you all know how special she is to me.
That's very special.
I can certainly understand that. And I don't know if it would be of any assistance, but I'm happy to beseech my patron to deliver your oath and message if you would like.
You could get a message to my mom, really?
I can beseech my patron. Whether Vivian would be willing to deliver it is a separate issue, but she is the mistress of dream, so perhaps.
Oh my goodness. That's absolutely incredible. Yes, absolutely. I would love that so much. Thank you, Viatelli. And she'll like jump up and give you a big ol' hug. Big with like fairy wings fluttering really quickly. Yeah, she's thank you, thank you. I didn't know when I'd be able to talk to my mom next. And then yeah, she'll swear her oath, whatever.
In just a second. My question is, Viatelli, are you like, what are you doing to try and beseech your patron?
I'm going to kneel on the floor. I'm going to apparate my blade because that's my connection, my bond with her, because that is the weaker reflection of her chosen weapon. And it will be in Elven because it's the closest to a Fey language that I have. And it will be, Vivian, Lady of Dreams, please hear my plea. I beseech you on behalf of Lady Titania's princess daughter, Dewdrop. She wishes her mother to know, and then whatever the oath that Selena is going to the oath that will be added to the end of that.
All right. So I believe I won't spoil any on these contributions. Got it. So I would just say open up the tenants of your oath and speak them in the name of your mother.
All of it?
Yeah. It's important. Just the tenants, though, not the first piece.
Okay. Kindle the light through your acts of mercy, kindness, and forgiveness. Kindle the light of hope in the world, beating back despair. Shelter the light where there is good, beauty, love, and laughter in the world. Stand against the wickedness that would swallow it. Where life flourishes, stand against the forces that would render it barren. Preserve your own light. Delight in song and laughter, in beauty and art. If you allow the light to die in your own heart, you can't preserve it in the world. Be the light. Be a glorious beacon for all those who live in despair. Let your light of your joy and courage shine forth in all your deeds.
Presumably, you'll say something like,
Amen, Team Titania.
Yeah, say all of that. It's also worth noting that it's funny that Selena said it in like the third person, I guess. And it was
Hashtag Team Titania.
Yeah, hashtag Titania. And then there's like this pause. You guys are like, oh, okay. Great.
Yeah.
You gotta start. And then there's this beam of light that sort of like shines out of Viatelli's, like the flat of Viatelli's blade, like into you, like and around you, in a light that is not the light of it. It is like some other light is being transferred through it. It is the light of the Feywild is twilight and like the smell of grass and flowers, and just like all of the colors in that ray of light just sort of become saturated the way it is in your proper home. And from it slowly comes forth these like beautiful little like summer leaves that kind of come out and coil towards you, Selena, and begin to sort of like wrap around your body and kind of form across them and become crisp. And with that, your oath is sworn as the light dies down. Your armor will just sort of solidify and be coated in like beautiful summer fey leaves. And you are now toting +1 studded leather armor. And at that point, one last thing happens. The light dies down. You guys are like, what the fuck just happened? You guys are going to hear... And you're going to look in a nearby window to see a black panther sitting there with its tail flicking around behind him.
Smokey! And she'll like kind of scrunch down low so she can give her a big hug.
And Smokey considers and hops down from the window and kind of walks over to you, Selena, and goes, and just kind of like does like one of those across your body and kind of like allows you to pet her.
Oh, Smokey! And she like buries her head into her fur and yeah, gives her loves.
And Smokey doesn't seem to run away this time. And Smokey has officially joined the party.
Yay! Oh my god, finally.
I thought it'd be level 20 before you find Smokey.
Yeah. Oh man. I got Smokey, and yeah, she's just like as happy as she can be.
I'm gonna use this as Smokey's because it's kind of accurate. It's a medium-sized creature. There, there's Smokey.
Yeah.
Yay!
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Boom. Cool.
Cool. What do I
Yeah.
what do I add to my extras? Is it
Panther.
Panther?
For your extras tab, just add like a pet so it doesn't fuck with stat block. And add a 2024 Panther.
Okay. Oh, that's 2014.
Yes. Just... Sweet.
Cool. Very cool.
Lena, you're glowing, but it's not like any light I've seen. It's miraculous.
Oh, thank you. That's the power of my mom. She's, like I said, she's pretty cool. Yeah, she's pretty rad. I hope you get to meet her one day, but she's kind of far away right now.
I'm kind of trying to examine your armor and going like, fascinating. You can still smell, or I'm still detecting certain odors.
Oh yeah? What kind of odors? I think I showered lately.
Like fresh grass and sunshine. Sunshine has a smell.
Yeah, sunshine does have a smell. I know exactly what you're talking about. And she'll like totally go along with that. But no, my mom, she's pretty in tune with nature, so it makes sense that this is her aesthetic. Yeah. Well, thank you all for coming to my house meeting. This was that was it. I just wanted to swear an oath to my mom because she's the coolest. And that's all. I guess we can get on with our day now.
Of course.
Thank you for letting us be a part.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah, I really like my friends here. Yeah, and she'll just be like on top of the world for the rest of the day.
I'm going to suggest a low key day today. Let's just go let the Sentinel or the Kingsguard and
Red Battalion.
The Red Hand, the Red Battalion. Let them know about our outcomes, and then kind of retire back here. That deal with Nero has me a little concerned.
Don't we have a meeting today?
Oh, Nero did. Yeah. But I don't think we know about that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Secret.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But given the whole thing with the stone, the criminals who were looking for it, him getting beat up at random. Now, granted, it was a rough neighborhood, and he said it was nothing, but I'm a little paranoid. It's a little coincidental stacked on top.
I think a small amount of paranoia is healthy. Perhaps he will talk when he's ready. Sorry,
and
go ahead,
I don't want to push at him either. But based on that, I know you were working on a hidey hole for the stone, Darwin. How did that go?
Oh yeah.
I take the hammer out, and it actually was a great success. And I'm like kind of geek and nerd out about how I actually like separated the hammer into two pieces and carved it out. And then when I was mending the seam, I used some of the sample of the water from the tears of Oberon, I want to say, or
Anatar.
Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah,
guy
Nero.
to seal it, and you can hardly see it. Hardly see that there's a seam at all now.
You hear Nero yell up, his name is Anatar.
Wow.
This is incredible, Darwin. It's really cool, and she'll put the stone in there. And hide it in the Warhammer.
Yeah, Benedict would say I agree. I would say distinguished use of Anatar's gifts.
Thank you. Now I want to really dig into studying this pistol.
And we can spend the day doing that stuff, but we ought to take at least the morning and go let these folks know, and get a little paid. That'll help make Nero feel better. Because if he was beat up in Lower Dura, whether the folks who beat him up took all of his money, somebody else did. I'm just happy that he has his clothes. But if we go get a little change, that'll it won't make his day any worse.
Let's go do that. Let's go do that. I'm just finishing up Smokey's thing. She's a little stronger than Sting. These days. But I'll keep working on that in a minute. But yeah, let's get you guys paid. So, you guys need to turn over some contracts. So, as for the Bronze Dragon, you guys are gonna go find. You're gonna go find Kadon the Hammer, and he is going to say, "Welcome back, warriors. You have gone to fight the dragon. Was it as devastating a monster as we could expect, or perhaps it is more?"
Well, I think it was harmless. It put on a big act, but I saw right through it.
Is this what you all believe then?
Yes. Bashful, but not evil.
Bashful but not evil. Very well. Then we shall keep our eye on this dragon. But for the time being, consider it a non-threat. Well done. You have earned yourself 300 gold pieces. And it drops the bag.
Individually or collectively?
You are not a member of the Red Hand. Be gone from this place.
Nero technically is, but yeah, I see it.
Oh, you are? Never mind. Welcome back, brother. He got all of you except for the Italian, now that I remember. He says, yes, collectively, you must share in your victories, as in your rewards.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is he just posing? And showing off his muscles? Yes.
His robotic muscles.
Yes.
I got
Exactly.
upgrades.
Ooh, look at those servos.
Yes, these servos. Red Hand Marshal Warden Templar Magister Princess Dewdrop, congratulations on your new title of Magister. And may I say, you look exceptionally radiant today. Did you do something with your hammer?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Darwin made some upgrades to it.
Awesome. Nice armor. He'll give you a little high five.
Oh, I thought you said hammer. Sorry,
No, he'll
armor.
give you a high five.
Yeah. High five. Yeah, you totally.
This is Darwin. Well done upgrading the hammer of the princess. Bring it in. Boom! Fucking. The windows all shatter. Damn, we're going to have to redo those again. It is the great warrior who stands at the side of his allies. Makes all others look like chumps. Well done. If you require more work, we have more work to be done.
We'll gladly take more work.
Exceptional. Let's see what we've got here. Going to just look through my book super quick. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Are you prepared for your next job? A member of the Red Cloak Battalion has been acting rather strange lately. His name is Meloon War Dragon, and his happy-go-lucky demeanor has soured. He's been hanging around the Drunken Dragon more than usual. Observe him for a week, then report back to me. We must stand with each other, and we must watch each other's backs. Do you accept this job?
We can do that. We can do this.
Excellent. Thank you, Brother Darwin, and other Red Hands present. Go forth and earn renown to your names. Fuck yeah, bye. And he kicks you all in. 'Cause you don't talk about it. As for your next job, what else did you do? Oh, that's right. Meanwhile, in the other room, Viatelli is with Yalister Silvermane, who says, "So, Lord Fianna, was the matter we've spoken of taken care of?"
Yes, sir. The body of the exile and one of his cronies was delivered into the hands of the City Watch last night.
Excellent. Excellent. Is there any association between him and Pastor Cameron?
There wasn't on his body. One of his associates got away. He obviously lacked some fight. However, it may be worth noting that he did have on him a relish firearm. So, given the price point, my guess is that somebody is dead and is missing one. But I don't. There were no details on the body.
I understand.
He was spending a modest amount of time lurking about when we caught him out in the open. Exigency and speed seemed the best solution.
Very well. Well, all that can be said is excellent work, and he will put over 300 gold pieces to you.
Thank you. And if the watch can be of any additional help, we are always available.
Actually, it can. Sorry, just get it done. I'm just doing a little quick translation here. Oh my god. But actually, there is a matter of something that we could use dealing with some matter of haste, actually, if you wouldn't mind. There is, actually, we need this done rather quickly. You see, the Boromar clan are courting this, how do I put it? This mage of the Dreaming Dark. An individual by the name of Elsoon Bazant. He's trying to aid his gang of thugs, add his gang of thugs into their ranks. All we know about him is that he fled his homeland a few years back and is too smart to get caught doing anything illegal. He and his gang of bullies prowl the cliffside. I'd like you to scuttle the deal to do it quickly, before they can become allies, before they come to the accord.
No.
If it's of interest to you, I can tell you what the Dreaming Dark is. They are psionic mages connected to the Dalcor. Kalishtar, this individual.
Absolutely. I'm becoming more and more personally motivated about rolling up some of the Boromar clan, given their pernicious and flagrant problems inside of Sharn. So if I can spike their wheel, then I'm happy to do so. And I'm certain that I can get the other members of the Watch on board with that as well.
Most magnificent. There's one last matter I'd like to speak to you about that I think will be of fascination to you, perhaps. You have served us very well, Lord Fjarl. And I think it's due time, and I've been authorized to do so by, well, my higher up, shall we say, to offer you a place in the King's Dark Lanterns. Amongst the King's Citadel, there are different factions of organizations, and the King's Dark Lanterns is our utmost intelligence branch. They're also considered the most skilled intelligence agency in all of Corvair, and we do things subtly in the name of Bravish King. If this is to your fancy, we would like to offer you the rank of Dark Lantern.
I would be happy to accept anything that I can do to further make my home and family of birth and choice safer and more prosperous, the better.
Excellent. Well, keep this up and you might even meet Captain Vron himself, the leader of the Dark Lanterns. But henceforth, I name you Lord Viatelli de Fiala, Dark Lantern. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to serve.
It's a pleasure to have your service. Now, please, take care of this Dreaming Dark gang. They are capable psionic mages. It would not be good to have them in the Warmar ranks.
I would heartily concur.
Very well. And with that, we may all part ways. We'll call the session there, folks. Be assured there might be some leads turned